Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Elements in Shadow. We just had
I
finished.
say,
Yes, Elements in Shadow. I know what I said. I know I made a mistake. Shut up. Where we
You
have
make
some
it
D&D
funnier when you rap like
tomfoolery,
that.
and I mess up on things, as is, usual of me and things. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll something because I'm curious.
We just.
on that 20, I'm leaving. Okay. I would have left for the rest of the session, I'll have you. I would have been gone.
Pretty close too.
That being said, are you guys ready to begin?
Yeah.
Yes!
So last session, after you guys have finally made your way into Emerald Towers, the capital of Mervale, you're looking to enter into one of these towers, whereupon you spoke with one of the masters, who turned out to also be a master of one of your party members, Elisha, who had a interesting way of saying hello.
Mm.
While Pharaohs took it all in stride, just waiting, and while they were there, they met with a peculiar man who they realized was still peculiar, but recognizable
But
as
he was
being,
fun!
as being Wolf.
Not to me, but yeah.
You have different opinions on things. We understand and we respect that, you're going to have
No,
different
I mean, he
taste.
wasn't recognizable to me.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't recognizable to you, obviously. I was like, he's not fun to you? I mean, okay, alright.
No, he wasn't recognizable to me, because Forrest
No.
doesn't
Faros
know,
doesn't know. Doesn't know Dove at all. Nope. But he discussed the fact that he is also looking for something that was a simple request according to him, but that the members of the Emerald Tower uh, studious conclave have been unable to procure this book. In fact, it's almost been a month of him waiting on this book to be taken out. And he is starting to believe that someone, perhaps magically, is preventing them from being able to find the books. Determined to try and see what they could do to help find these books, they've been scouring the area while the other two were doing their own things, which involved the hi hellos from Elisha's old tutor, and discovered that the walls of the tower should make it not impossible, but at very least difficult for people to try and prevent people from being able to use divination magic. Which means that there's very few ways to be able to do so, and the only way that he is currently thinking of, that he offered, was the sewers. That being said, the options are still yours, and the choice of what you are going to do or attempt to do is yours as well. So, how would you like to proceed? What?
The sewers.
Wait, we're going into the sewers?
That was an option presented to you because the walls should be made out of something that prevents magic from getting through to disrupt, like, divination magic.
My grandfather said he wished to speak to us.
Yep.
Should we speak to him first?
Probably a better idea.
Alright, so you guys want to speak with Grandpapa first?
The
Grandpapa.
sewers can be a backup option.
Right.
Alright. So, first and foremost, you get a long rest. So
Yay.
Elisha, you can get yourself back to full health.
And we level up, what? I'm sorry.
And you level down! Yeah! Wait, what?
No! I just was able to break walls!
No, I'm not gonna do that to you. That being said, you guys have some time before noon rolls around. Obviously, you want to be around the inn for when he swings by to start discussing things with you. What would you like to do?
Is Wolf still around?
Yeah.
I want to fight him. He's big and I was weak at the moment.
He kind of like looks to himself, points at himself. You want to? I mean, you already beat me at arm wrestling.
Yeah, but that was arm wrestling.
You sure?
She's gonna look around. Is there a cleric in here? It's just like really loud, but I can't shout.
Yeah. Like a few people like look at you like, wait, what? No one offers themselves as a cleric.
Well, this is gonna hurt. Alright.
Probably, yeah.
Who will be hurt?
Both?
Yeah,
What are
probably.
you two about to do?
Just a little sparring match, just to have some fun.
Oh no.
Oh, she does this often then, I'm guessing?
Yes.
I'll try and make sure not to hurt her too much, and hopefully she'll do the same.
Elash snorts into her.
Holding back is not her forte.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love the idea of like, hopefully she'll hold the same Elash behind him. It's just a warm up, it's fine. Wait, I just. Okay,
I
no, wait.
take out one of my med kits.
Alright. I have a interesting question.
Yes.
If one were to, on one turn, perform the help action, but no allies took it, would that person be able to benefit from their own help action?
Let me check.
I would think no, since the help action is technically like you distracting it for someone else.
I'll check. Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feint distracting the target or in some way team up to make your allies' attack more effective. If your ally attacks a target before your next turn, the first attack roll is made with it.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like it.
So no, that's not how it works.
Let me check one other thing real quick.
Perish.
For some reason, my left arm is hurting me. like that.
Good.
It's like that elbow. Excuse me. Are you serious? It's still wet after that long? Wow.
Yep.
I have no idea what Don's doing, but it concerns me to a degree.
He's trying to figure out a way for either Rogue or Bard to beat you in a one.
I think he's a rogue. It's probably a mastermind knowing him.
The mastermind ability wouldn't help him either.
No.
That's also for allies.
Yeah.
Oh, goody.
I don't like how that sounded.
Are you using weapons? I mean, I
I would
presume so, but
assume, yeah.
okay. Roll initiative.
Is he gonna fucking heat metal?
He's
Oh, wait.
definitely going to be going first.
I don't have advantage on that, do I?
Not until next level.
Next level.
So you pull out your great sword, great axe.
Great axe.
He draws 2 short swords.
Oh,
Shrugs.
interesting.
And he is going to start swinging. Natural 20.
Ow.
Not bad on the roll either. You take 14 points of piercing damage. Second attack.
Ting.
That will hit. It's well over a 20. For 3 points of piercing damage. No modifier on the second one. Clearly he's not trained in this, but at the same time he's making good use of it.
Just blinks.
What?
Okay.
You said not to hold back.
So rage.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Missing.
Miss. That will hit.
Dude, I'm gonna whisper you something.
I'm aware. 16 points of damage. Right, he's like, ow! Neat! What's your AC?
16.
Yeah, he'll definitely be able to beat that then. Six points of piercing damage. That'll beat that again. For 4 points of piercing damage.
Awesome. Oh, Jesus. That's my first stat one.
The curse is broken!
Not for my damage, though.
I'm so glad she isn't remembering it.
What?
Nothing.
Just skills you get.
That isn't me being like sly. No, I'm genuinely happy. But yes, go on.
So that's 30. Ow!
Oh.
That'll hit. For 8 points of piercing damage. Again. For an additional 1.
What do you mean, one?
1 point
You
of
don't
piercing
get to
damage.
add your
He doesn't have
dex
2 weapon
mod to
fighting.
the second.
Oh, okay. So the curse begins.
Yes, good.
Yep.
Yes, good.
He dodges the first one. She's like, whoosh, and whoosh, she's like, you're not as reckless as some I thought. All right. That is 17. 17 will hit. That'll be 5 points of piercing damage. Natural
Is that
20.
reduced to 2 or 3?
2.
3.
It is rounded down.
Oh.
Unless you're home rolling it.
I'm starting to round up.
Why?
Remember,
Because
I will remember this, Guru.
0.5 round up. I know you're going to remember this, but because when you have 0.5, you round up. You don't round down with 0.5.
It's also never been that way anytime we've ever done that. But
It's new. That is without modifiers. That's 10 points of piercing damage. If you'd like, you can make it 2. We'll do that starting next session.
yeah, I just bring it in midway through a campaign.
I thought I had brought it up,
Done it.
and I apologize.
It's never been that way.
I'm aware.
in any campaign, so it's fucking.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll wait. I'll wait till you're done.
I don't mind taking the 3 damage.
As I was saying, I thought I had brought it up with you all before. That was my mistake. Probably was speaking with someone else at the time and thought I had been speaking to you. That is my bad. That's why I was a little bit confused when you said that. My apologies. It's your turn, by the way, Paris. Miss. That will hit. Ow. That'll hit for 8 points of piercing damage. That'll also hit for an additional 2.
Ow.
Miss.
It's so consistent.
That'll miss.
It's so consistent.
You like to fight methodically, huh? Never met.
Why wouldn't I?
Because most people who are angry just throw themselves into this thing just wild.
Yeah, but if I do that, considering how you're fighting, that's a big opening for you. And I don't want you to hit my personal sensitive bits. I'm not stupid.
And say you were stupid, he stabs you again. For another 1 point of damage. Just saying that you'd probably hit me a few extra times with you flailing that thing around.
If you're Dove's trainer, you'd hit harder if I did that.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you'd beat me before I get to that point. Who knows? 19 will hit. That'll
14
miss.
will miss.
That'll miss. Also miss.
Do you see what I mean?
That one would have missed anyway.
Finally, low damage. There it is, slowly eking in.
Well, with the roleplay stuff, I was actually losing track of all the damage. Give me a second here.
Sorry.
You're fine. That's on me.
That's almost wrong.
That'll hit. 10 points of piercing damage. That'll also hit for an additional 4.
Miss.
Yep,
That won't.
that'll hit for an additional 10. Remind me next time to lift the no poison rule on friends. Miss.
You can stop fighting.
Miss again.
You seem to be losing. Okay.
Given.
Maybe. Swing once more at me. Maybe I'll stay up. That'll hit. Just barely, but it will. Ow.
Hmm.
Still up.
I I like really love the idea of like Ellie like raging, like actually getting so angry, but then just going back to talking totally like
He's fine. This is a spar.
yeah, but you're raging.
You said rage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you want from me?
Rage!
You want me to be angry and just start swinging at him? Alright, what?
It's kind of implied, but it's fine.
He holds up
You're
a
not
hand.
blinded by rage, however. That's not how I imagine this.
It depends on how you interpret the rage. Like, you can be blinded by the rage. You can be silently raging, like Cheshire. You haven't given us a flavor text for how you rage. So, I mean, to be fair, the silent rage was how Cameron raged too. Like, to the point that at one point he just beat his way through a wall just because he was trying to vent.
See, the way I interpret rage is you literally just harness the negative energies and hit harder, but that's just me.
I don't know.
Also, I've completely forgotten. Is it my turn?
No, he holds up his hand, like flips his blades in like backwards, just like, all right, that's enough.
She holds her hand out.
He sheathes his weapons and then takes your hand.
She yanks him forward into a hug.
Ugh. Ow.
You're tough. You'll survive. She squeezes.
Hugs back.
I need you two to be separated for me to
I'm
put the
aware.
She'll
bandage.
drop him.
Thank you.
Okay. Bandages aren't cheap. He'll put it on. We'll put a this is for Wolf. This is for Ellie.
Thank you.
No problem.
I realize that I have little orbs still following me.
You have what?
The little orb. Little
Yep.
drone.
The little drones just
Mike.
like making like this, so like watching just
Hi, Mikey.
pats your cheeks and then like pats you like, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Mr. Mike, may you go? I'll put a gold piece in his hand. May you go get me 4 more uses of my healers. Oh well, I would know how much a use cost, right?
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
Let me pull up how much does healers cost normally? Healers kit?
5 to 10 gold pieces.
Let me pull it up so I can see exactly how much. This comes with what, 10 in each?
Yeah.
So I imagine it would be 4 gold for 4 uses? If healer's kit is 10 gold.
It's not cheap at all.
No.
That's why he feels obligated to use it on your sparring matches, but it's also slightly a waste.
He's just like, I could use this when you're actually damaged, but
Ellie will
sparring.
stop the duo drone. Hang on. And we'll tie like a little pouch with 10 gold in it. Use that instead.
Tip, 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 tip. Where's the healer's kit at? Where are you, you son of a gun? There you are. He. There's Kit. Not a herbalism kit. Is it the healer's kit? Herbalism kit?
No, it's 2 different things.
I'm looking at the kits and I can't find the healer kit for some reason.
Because it's not actually a kit.
Oh, that would explain it. I'll say that for the uses, it's 2 silver per use.
Holy crap.
Why that low?
He's gonna come back with a lot of bandages.
That's my question. Why that low?
Because you're buying them in single use, which means that they don't have all of the different extra stuff that might be with it, like antiseptics and such like that. If you're just slapping it on, just doing a quick field tourniquet, it's just basic supplies. If you're buying like the whole kit, that usually comes with a little extra, unless you're willing to pay extra for those supplies, which makes it 4 silver. So that would double the cost.
The little creature's gonna come back with a lot of bandages.
It was told only to get 4.
It's true. Unless it forgets halfway through. I said unless it forgets the number halfway through. I was told they're not the smartest. She just found it endearing.
You're all able to sit down. Wolf kind of just like, sorry, I had to use that. I mean, to be fair, if you'd wanted, you could have just waited. I'd have been able to scrub through it and wrap up my bandages and whatnot and take care of that by morning. You're fine. Just don't let me catch you flat-footed. Otherwise, I'd have won that before you'd even gotten you off your first swing.
Knew it.
Knew what?
She's like squinting her eyes with like kind of puffed out.
Yeah?
You fight like Dove does.
What do you think taught her half the stuff she does?
So I was right. I don't want you poking my sensitive bits with those swords.
You were hitting all of my sensitive bits with that axe.
Sensitive bits?
Yeah. Kind
like-
of motions to all of his chest.
What are they? Pressure points. There we go. That's
I don't aim for your pressure points. I just aim for where it hurts most, which is
Yes,
usually
I
anywhere.
aim for pressure points.
He's the pressure point. You aim for pressure points? Oh.
When I have to fight.
I kind of figured that's what you whispered to him, Butters, and I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
reckless to begin with, so this works out fine.
Exactly. This is the one chance where, like, thank God you don't because Wolf's only chance of winning that was if you reckless.
Yeah, because then he gets sneak attack. Like, each time. Well,
No.
every attack, but...
The first time.
Yeah.
But you would have had a higher chance of getting a natural 20.
The nat 20's not worth a sneak attack amount of damage.
I like the small growling in the background from Butters.
He's very upset with this. I mean, it looks like my luck's ran out. I rolled like 3
Good. Boo-hoo, I rolled 3 nat 1s and over 10 nat 20s. Boo-hoo.
He's so mad at me.
I'm not mad at all. This is just a
I
meme at this
know.
point.
He is literally just memeing. I can practically smell the memes.
They smell like burning weed.
What?
The memes smell like burning weed.
Like from last session.
I fucking knew that Sprite was gonna go fucking crazy.
Screaming poor.
Okay, let's move on, boys.
Yeah.
We're moving on. No worries there.
How long does it take for the little... The technical term is duodrome, is it not?
Monodrome.
Monodrome.
It is
How
a
long does
Duodrome's a different one.
Yeah. Duodrome is 2, not 1. He is 1. 2 faces and 2 sides of it. This one is just singular.
How long does it take for Mikey to come back?
It only takes him about half an hour. And he comes back with exactly 4 and the exact amount of change. And speckles of what appeared to be possibly blood on the side of him.
I don't believe we should question that.
He's looking at her hand. Is that the place I touched him?
You touched him on the other side of his head.
Mikey,
Oh.
why do you have blood on you?
Okay, who questioned it?
Like it narrows its eye, puts gives you the bandages and like does like a mime position and then like motions of like a person walking up trying to grab something. He turns around, reaches towards something in the box, pulls it out and just starts stabbing. And you can tell that there was a pair of scissors as part of the bandages and such. It has some blood on it. Doesn't look like much, just the tip, but
Oh.
Did someone try and rob him and get stabbed?
someone apparently tried to rob him and got stabbed.
Who expects to walk up to a circular fucking little creature? It's like, oh, I'll just take this coin purse of 10. Just all of a sudden, fucking scissors out of nowhere. Fucking psycho on their fucking eye. Troops shite so much.
It was told to bring it back, and someone attempted to make it so unable to complete its request. It was displeased with this.
I'm just gonna say, like, at least 50% of my laughing is at least. Cause she finds that just hilarious as I fucking do that her monotrope just shanked the robber. Oh, no. I mean, you know, he can defend himself.
Like as you say, like looks up, like runs over, runs outside.
She'll follow him. Like,
Okay, if you follow him, then you see he runs over to the cart.
she'll head to the cart.
Goes like hops into the cart, reaches down and from part of it pulls out a spear. You've never seen this spear before.
Where did you get that?
Like holds it out, like takes its thumb and like drags it across it like slowly, and then looks at you, holds it out and holds it above its head like, I did it.
I expected to hear tribal beeping for a second. Sweet Christmas. She'll pick him up, like spear in hand,
Mm-hmm.
and just walk in. How rare would it be for my spear to have a spear? Just like asking the group.
For your spear to have a spear?
Spear to
Oh.
have a spear.
Nice alliteration.
Right.
Not the weirdest thing I've ever heard of.
I mean, he's already killed. Well, probably not killed. He's already stabbed a robber, so what's the worst part of him having a spear other than self-defense? He seems very happy about that. Should I be concerned that he's happy to stab people?
It like looks at you like you're saying it's happy. It's given like a very neutral, very static face this whole time.
It's higher pitched beef. That's what she equates to happy.
Like it's not like it's not like saying that you're wrong. It's just like
I guess the spear has a spear. You know you can't go into like actual fights with us with that, right? Dawn, I need translation.
you don't know. You don't speak this. It's just beeping at you.
Help! Did it shrug or anything?
No. It's just looking at you with that big beady eye.
So long as you stay away from the fighting, you can keep the spear. I need to get you a notepad so you can write what you're saying.
What?
Was that confused sounding?
A little bit.
She will just continue to carry my... She just sits down with him and her laugh at this point.
He's not, against it. He's a medium-sized creature. He's just, taking care of the business that he was sent to take care of.
I like this. I like this, Mom. Just wiggles his arms. Quite a pet.
Wolf just looks at you, then looks to it, then looks to you, just like nods slowly. Doesn't say anything. He's just like,
What?
nothing. Just haven't seen one of those in a while.
You seen one of them before?
Yeah, people were selling them, which is interesting, but not exactly gonna say too much about that. They're important to a deity.
Which deity?
Primus.
Do I know that?
No, you would not know that one. That is not one that the tribes ever would have even bothered thinking to bring up as important.
It's fucking Optimus Prime! I'm sorry.
What about me?
You two, on the other hand, can roll a religion check.
Watch, end of the campaign, turns out fucking Mikey's like a fucking demigod. The god shows him specifically.
I'm expecting a rally soon enough.
With your religion checks, you guys are aware of the fact that Primus is a god of order, like methodically so. Not really a god of like lawful order or evil order, just order. And is
Order
known,
versus chaos.
and is known
Like
for the creation
he's like the
of.
boss of the office.
Oh my god. I was thinking of fucking the non-emoting boss from oh god, what is I think it's Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Holt?
Yes!
God, what's the fucking quote?
How
Being
dare
gay
you?
choice. It's a game, and
I think my favorite is Bone! Bone! Or he's just shouting from his office.
Yeah, he's more new. Like, think of it more like robotic. Like, this is an entity that is essentially what is programmed is what needs to happen
the vision, kinda.
with less
Ish.
emotions.
Yeah, vision with less emotions.
It's like, I feel things. No, it's like, this is what was written down as law, and therefore, because this was written down as law, that's what must be done.
I want to ask a question if I would know something, but I don't know if you would. I
What's
don't
the
know if I
question?
can say.
Well, DM it to me. If you don't feel comfortable saying it out loud.
Do you care about me talking about Primus out loud? Because I've done my research on Primus for other
Yep.
reasons.
Go ahead.
I can say it out loud, or you want me to type it?
I'll allow you. Go ahead.
Do I know there's been more than one Primus?
With your religion rolls, both of you would know that.
Yeah. Do you
I
know
heard
why,
about it.
Drew, or do I need to say it?
Go ahead.
Primus is the only mortal god, theoretically. But he's only really mortal in his home plane. And whenever the body of Primus would die, one of his followers, one of the Modrons or other types of robots, not a Modron, but definitely, but like one of the higher ups, would take his place, basically. That's kind of how Primus works. He's one of the people I did research on. Sorry, go on.
Mikey's gonna become the new Primus.
That'd be fucking hilarious. I have a sad day.
I can finally speak!
I can
And now
speak.
now
I
let me-
can fight.
Now let me say what I've been wanting to all along!
I love you.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! You're cool! And fuck you! I'm out!
Fuck you. You're cool. Oh, Cheshire leaving the party. Not Cheshire, Shuffle leaving the party.
Shuffle
Fuck
gets
you,
voice.
fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, voiced Alex. Fuck you. But yes, business.
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 Feed
Yes.
me!
What?
Nick brought him food.
Oh, yep. Peter.
Thank you.
So as you're having some time to just kind of, begin relaxing, breathing, you got your supplies back, and clearly this entity is, at the very least,
Capable?
of defending itself and ensuring that if you send it on a task, it won't just get robbed of the money you send with it.
I love the idea that he just stabbed this fucker just in the shin with some scissors.
I got the exact wording. Give me a sec.
Go ahead.
Eh. There you go. That's the. Yeah, there you go.
Primus, although godlike, could be killed. Whenever slain, the highest-ranking Secundus Modron was promoted to his position and became the new Primus. In the Modron society, absolute law was committed by all Modrons with the rare exception of a rogue. Yep.
Yeah.
A rogue drawn.
God. This one has a gun on it!
It's got a knife! No!
Okay, so, Guru.
Yes.
Also, Forrest would walk up to Elisha. Does he regularly beat you?
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Wait, what?
Faros just asked if his grandfather regularly beats Elisha.
No, I've come close sometime.
No, not like winning, losing. Does he normally fight you?
Occasionally. He wants to see how I've been progressing.
I've sparred with people before, so I understand. He seemed to do it with rage or some type of anger.
He did, didn't he? Perhaps he was upset. He knew the person I came here to mourn as well.
So you take your anger out on the ones you are not angry at.
I do not pretend to understand your grandfather fully.
He is a strange man.
Of that, I can absolutely concur.
Sorry, I had to mute some real quick. Someone came in.
You're fine.
So what the hell are we doing? We're going to beat the old crotchety man?
Just so you know, by the way, Elisha, your friend will never be brought up in a conversation. Not even as a question.
How do you mean?
It will never come out of my mouth.
Oh, you mean you yourself.
He nods.
I appreciate that, thank you.
I'll be heading to sleep. Good night, Miss Elisha. And he'll head up to his room.
Is it a morning?
This
No,
was
it's not
last
morning.
night.
This is during the night.
Oh,
Right
my
before.
bad.
Yeah. So, moving on to the next day, unless someone else says something they want to do in the night.
All Ellie's doing is just being stupid with the furbolg.
I'll be working on I want to try to work on the thing I was making with the like that kind of like long, thick hair tie I was making, you know, with the different arcane symbols of the arcane on it.
Right.
Yeah, I want to continue working on that. See how far I can get.
Okay. Roll another Weaver's Tools check.
Dex, right?
Yes.
Or wisdom.
Nice and 24. So you're able to get a good chunk of the way through. You're going through a few of the ones that you're more familiar with as you're doing it,
Yeah.
which helps you more readily, more easily complete and get it closer to what you're wanting it to be. And for the symbols of the Blade Singer, you're getting close to being done with it. It's really just finishing touches at this point.
Well, it's not just Blade Singer
Obviously,
symbols.
for the
Yeah.
Blade Singer was the first one that you mentioned, which is why I was like, for that one,
Yeah.
as if you're going over to check up anything, that one's pretty much done, 100%.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do as all of the arcane symbols of schools if I
Mhm.
can.
You can. It'll
Yeah.
just take longer.
Yeah, probably work on that then.
You should be done after a long rest.
I'm not spending the entire long rest doing it.
Yeah.
I
That's
need
why.
to sleep.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that
Okay,
it's
so you
not
just
done.
started.
No,
I'm assuming then.
he started last time, so he's partway through it. If he took a full long rest, he'd have it done. But right now he's taking it basically in like short rest blips. You can get a lot done in an hour, but at the same time, making sure that you don't make mistakes to have to go back and do it again. That is also a useful skill to have.
Fair enough. Also, Pharaoh's at least is wearing that hat at this point.
He's
But she
happy
should be
about
wearing
that.
the entire thing. She only took it off when she was getting into a fight.
Like I said, it's very floppy.
It's less like, oh, I can't see, and more just, I don't want that to hurt. I don't want it to hurt the hat.
Don't break the hat. It's my hat.
It's like when Reaper crushes Winston's glasses.
Just
Oh my god!
angry Ellie Winston mode.
Why is she electric? I thought she was a juggernaut! Oh!
But yes, next morning comes. Wolf kind of gives like a I'm not needed, so I'll be over here. Runs off to do some more of his own things in the meantime.
Good luck!
Of course. Winks at you. You good luck too. Keep your eyes open.
Can I insight that wink? Because last time someone did that to me, they liked me. Liked me. It was the fucking wagon chick.
Sure.
Ellie is a concerned. 5! Weird fucking wink.
He's not
Quiet
really
in
hiding
these two
too much.
days.
He's just winking, but maybe there's more. Maybe.
He's now.
You're being suspicious.
Everyone knows winks are red flags. It's that easy. That's how Mafia works.
Oh my
Obviously.
god!
That's how you get to level 99 Mafia.
No!
Oh yes, daytime.
It is daytime and we're moving on our way to noon. Is there anyone who wants to do anything before noon?
Eat.
Alright.
And I'll make sure to clean my glakie.
No worries at all for that. And noon begins rolling around. And you see your grandfather step inside, look around, see you guys, give a small nod, ignore you guys for a second as he goes up to the bartender, asks for a round of drinks and food for you all. Then he comes back down and then immediately goes and stands back up, goes back over, and it's just like he looks very like just like, I'm so sorry. This is my apologies. As he pays the man, and like the bartender like was holding up his arm, just like, what the fuck, man?
Wait, what?
Pharos' grandfather went up, basically was like, hey, I'm gonna pay for drinks and whatnot for you all to show a sign of commiseration and whatnot like that. And then he walked up to the bartender, told him of his desires, and then didn't pay him. And then he walked back over like after he sat down, just like, I have made a mistake. That is my bad.
He forgot to pay the barkeep. Oh, this man is hopeless.
He's intelligent. He's wise. He forgets that sometimes the social norm is to pay for the food, pay for the things before you actually get them.
Is
Which
this
means
the negative charisma hitting him?
yes.
Oh,
A social
God,
awkwardness.
I don't want to know what his modifier is.
I already told you that at least it's not his, well, not his, Alonen's dwarf dad is.
That doesn't mean a lot.
Alonin, I mean, to be fair, Alonen's dwarf dad set kind of a low bar.
He really has. Poor Downgrim.
Hello.
Hello, my boy. Looks you over for a second.
I thought he was gonna say brood, and that would have been my breaking point.
I got weird Kratos vibes. I don't like.
Boy.
Or
I could hear you getting closer to the mic. I could hear it happen.
I had to. Gotta make sure you hear it.
Good.
He's got to do it in your ear.
He's got to make sure that you feel it in your soul. He kind of looks you over for a second. Have you been eating well?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Just fucking axe kick him out of nowhere.
I just don't know. My mouse was hovering over the initiative button. Like, what if I just clicked it?
Okay, should I roll his initiative?
No, please.
Nah. He just nods when he asks the question. But without the small talk, what were you here to speak about exactly?
You made mention of needing to find your supplies and your information.
It is of the most utmost importance, yes.
I have personally searched for it this last night. He kind of makes like he kind of glances to Elisha and gives like a very small like little nod. I had the time to do so.
A small smile graces her lips.
While I would love to have it said that I found what you were looking for, I did not. In fact, I then decided to attempt to try something I've not done in a while. I attempted to find a cup.
A what?
He reaches into a bag, and you don't even remember this cup, but you recognize a crack in it that is from one of your siblings, who apparently made this for him. You remember them making it and just being like, yeah, I want to make this and I'm going to send it away to someone who's really busy, but he's a really smart guy. He said he's gonna take us on, and we're all gonna be super rich and famous. Apparently, he was sending it to Grandpapa.
Okay.
I had it right in front of me, and I could not find it. Something is
Ellie?
wrong with...
Something is blocking your divination magic.
Yes, I would agree with this.
We believe it is coming from either underneath or inside your tower. Right? I'm not getting that wrong.
No, that's right.
That's right? Okay.
Underneath shouldn't be possible. We have various scouts who check it every now and then, but
I mean, if someone's well hidden, then sometimes even the best can miss it.
If something's well hidden, or if the scouts are not loyal, things like this.
loyalty should not be a question Like he like looks. He doesn't look offended. He just looks like, yeah, that shouldn't be it. That being said, anyone who wants to can make an insight check.
Ah? That noise. Holy shit!
The karma is catching up with you, Pears.
Karma! What karma?
You know.
Wait, can I have advantage because I know this man so well?
You've all spent away from him for a while, so I'm gonna say no.
Bummer.
If his family ain't getting it.
His family doesn't spend that much
She's-
time with him.
She spent a lot more time with him than I have.
No offense, but
Ironically,
Like-
the family is the one who knows of what's going on at the very least.
Well, just as far as his insidey bull.
He is a very, eyes up front type of boy. And as you're watching his expression as he mentions it, there is a absolutely clear as day pause when he says that no, that shouldn't be possible. Like he says that, and then there's a clear.
You do not have the utmost confidence in saying that, do you?
I've seen a few people, not many, but they're new people.
Oh, then they're especially susceptible to it.
That's
Ew,
why
how
I don't
new?
have that confidence. But we've had them for a while now, within, I'd say, the last year at least.
How long has this problem been going on?
9 months, give or take.
They have to gain trust first. About
My
3
rule
or so
is-
months. Then they could have struck.
My rule is trust anyone to stab you in the back until you've known them for 5 years.
5 years is quite some time.
I'm not gonna stab you in the back. He looks to Ellie.
I want to very much believe it, and I will continue to believe it. But suspecting is still safe. You're very sweet, and I like you. And I mean, if you do stab me in the back, it won't do as much as they think.
Has Alasha known you for 5 years?
No. But she's also sneaky, so I just expect her to do it for fun so she knows it won't hurt.
That's fair.
I also don't stab, being fair.
No, you
I-
punch.
Bludgeon. If I have to.
Still won't hurt as much as it should.
And fire blast. But that's besides the point. Yes. So maybe we should go to where they scout out, where they're I'm guessing there are specific areas each person is sent to look after, correct?
Yes.
So I think if you can, may you let us go and inspect those areas of those people. That way you don't have to tell them we're doing it, so that means also they can't turn off whatever they're doing on time, if they are doing it, of course.
Or ambush us.
It's true. Just a
Roll a persuasion
Routine.
check.
routine inspection.
Roll a persuasion check.
11. Yeah.
There's no way that with everything we've pointed out, he doesn't have advantage.
No. There's other things that can happen, Paris.
And there's also the stubbornness of this man.
Fair enough.
This,
Fucking elf.
I mean, all I need is give us 2 hours in there. That's all we need. After that, we will leave.
2 to 3.
2 hours down there. If we find nothing, we find nothing. We'll leave you about your business.
It's not that. Gaining sanction into the tower is a unique experience.
What do you mean?
You have to have been trusted through several ranks of scholars in order to be able to even enter the lobby to gain access further. To simply allow you in could be seen as favoritism to both of you. Motions to Elisha and to Pharos. Kind of like stares at Ellie. You.
I'm
not
kind
so
of the
much.
factor.
You're the wild card and all that. The only thing that might offset them from thinking it, but you're one person.
If you
Yeah.
don't want it to seem as favoritism, and or else you're not gonna like this, then we have a friend who might be able to help. So it just seems like a group of mercenaries. Well, a team, technically.
Well, we shouldn't lie. But
Technically, I am a mercenary. I'm just doing this to get something out of it.
for all of us to look just like mercenaries is a bit of deceit.
And if you are here for knowledge, then it would make more sense to not be mercenaries.
Yes. We can either go with the angle of do not think of me as your grandson, but as a man doing research for an order, or
All of these things are truth. I understand and I believe it myself. I simply if I were to be able to do anything with this, to be able to get anything done with this, I need that disturbance removed.
Well, then that could be the angle. I mean, you don't really have a connection with your grandson, let's be honest.
His eyes
saying you just
slowly
are.
drift to you and just kind of like stare into your eyes with this flat, vacant expression.
she's
She
not
tilts her head.
incorrect.
I may be dumb, but I can sense tension.
And even then, if the reason I'm your grandson is the reason I cannot disown me,
I will not do that. I
if
have
it
no-
means I can get in there and
He holds
fix
up a
this
hand to
and
you.
possibly save
He holds up a
people,
hand. It would not be right. It would not be honest. I can see what I can do to speak with them about this. It likely will take time. That is my fear with all of this.
how much time?
If they are frustratingly long in what they are doing, they may attempt to put it off longer than it needs be. If they are...
May you sneak us in? Is there a way for you to sneak us in?
They're... You can see that he probably has thought of a way, but he's not saying anything. He just kind of like shuts himself up.
If we can do this quietly, you never have to say, you never have to get even some people labeling you as a giving special attention to special people for you, and we won't even have to be known to be there. Just, and if you really want to, you can take credit for it.
Roll another persuasion check.
God. I'm not good at this.
I'm aware.
Bro.
How good is your team?
In what way?
He motions around himself. Or rather,
No,
to you
with
guys.
what skill set?
Discretion, preferably.
Hmm. I'd say, if we're counting Mr. Wolf, probably 3 out of 4 of us are overly good at being discreet. I'm average, I'd say, decent. I'd say I'm decent at it. It's not what I was trained for, but I can certainly try.
He nods at that. He doesn't seem to like it at all, but he nods at it.
He's quiet and discreet. She's definitely quiet. Wolf is trained to sell. So long as I'm told to get quiet, I can stay quiet. But as soon as something hits me, therein lies. So if we get ambushed, someone's dying.
Preferably
I
try and
can-
keep the blood off the books.
Worst comes to worst, I can try to light up the situation.
She just kind of lowers her head and starts giggling.
I didn't know how else to say it.
I like that way.
I do not like fighting, and I will never throw a first punch, but
If you can do
If
it
we want
without
to save
throwing
lives.
punches, I would prefer
you
and
know I will
appreciate
never
it.
start something.
I expect you to finish it, is all.
Oh, that would be easy.
He slowly looks and just kind of stares at you, just like,
Can you give us a general map of the underground?
You wouldn't be going in through the underground, is the thing.
She's smiling at him every time he stares at her, by the way.
Well, isn't that where it's a possibility?
It is a possibility,
Oh.
but there is no way to get up inside of the building from within the underground. They have made sure of that. However, there is a side entrance that people forget is useful for those few who enjoy a snack, if you will. Obviously, you didn't hear it from me, but sometimes
Lars looks confused.
there's a basically around the back. There's a area where they let in a serving staff and such.
No, he was just confused by the snack bar.
Basically, what he's saying is he's like, he's. Let me hold on. With the way your insight checks are and the way you are, you would be able to guess that he's trying to subtly infer where if you're like trying to disguise yourself or such as that, where you would be able to potentially use that to your advantage.
There's no disguising this. And he like gestures to his burnt hat.
Perhaps not.
Not without a lot of makeup.
But people have seen stranger, they've seen bigger, and in some cases they've seen worse.
I think with enough work, you could probably disguise it.
Well, it's
not
my
looking to-
entire half of my body.
And I'm not
So
saying
I
that
have-
you need to disguise it. Let it be. And if it turns out that you are able to slip by, then you would not therefore need to worry just so long as you don't draw attention to it or yourself. If others draw attention to it or yourself, they are being rude and they would be called down for what they are saying or doing. If anything, it should actually make you more discreet because people will attempt to not keep their eyes upon you. If you cause a ruckus and cause a disturbance, though, it will make you memorable. Wolf just kind of holds up a hand. I can make you look like no one ever seen you before.
When did he pop in?
He just comes inside and sat down.
I'd rather just try to be discreet.
Discreet's good. I like discreet.
Do you have a book? Any book
Who are you
or
asking?
large tome? Anyone. Like, you just talk
Like just any book?
a tome if possible.
Empty or one with actual books and
Writing.
Yeah.
I have a book in Dwarvish.
Writing would be more easily, just in case anyone peers over the shoulder to see what I'm reading.
Does any one of the guards? Never mind.
I also don't have shoes.
Why do you?
He doesn't wear shoes. Remember?
I keep one of my feet wrapped in.
That was in character talk.
Yeah, I know.
Elisha, she looks under the table.
Yes, I wear shoes.
Okay.
It helps me run.
I was having Millie flashbacks.
I'll flip my scarf over, pull my other pant leg down. Does anyone have any shoes?
I have sandals.
That can work. I'll put the sandals on if they fit my foot.
They're a little bit odd on you, but otherwise they're fine.
It's slightly odd, primarily because they're wedges, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can make them fit.
I'll pull my pant leg down because one of my pant legs are pulled up. Okay. Do I look like a librarian?
Close enough.
You're wearing wedge sandals.
Wolf, Mr. Wolf, do you have any other shoes?
He pulls out a bag and is just like, I've got a few.
Why do you have so many? You know what? Never mind.
What?
No, the army. Why do you have so many shoes?
You never know when you need shoes.
But isn't that why you just have like 2 pairs?
It's like a zoo with lemon.
He stares at you for a second. He's just like, look, Odd is forgetful.
Oh.
And I put them on. Now do I look more like a librarian?
He nods. More like a librarian, yes.
That could work. He
How
seems
tall
to
is
be, if you
Forrest
notice.
again?
Well, he's 6'3", I think.
Okay, so
No, 6'2".
they're basically eye to eye. I have an idea.
Yeah.
And she will take out a hair tie and offer to pull his hair at least slightly back. Or not hair tie, a fucking hairband.
Okay.
It would make sense for a librarian to have their hair in their eyes if they're trying to read books.
Mine are not in my eyes, but okay.
Sweet.
Not enough that it would be a hindrance, but understandably, you're working with the knowledge you have. It is a good amount of knowledge, but
I mean, technically, I am a librarian. More of a scribe, but
You're a librarian who kicks butt.
I don't try to.
You simply do, and that is respectable. A librarian who cannot defend themselves is, well, depending on who you speak with, some will find you to be far too easily targeted.
Oh, okay.
There are those out there who are willing to think of such as us as being fragile, weak even.
Okay.
We have sought to disprove this and dissuade this thinking, but some people are belligerent.
Alright.
Forgive me. I was just thinking of foolish people who have made such mistakes before in the past.
You know, you zone out and lament a lot.
I do. I've been told this before. You're not the first people to mention this.
You should have a sunnier disposition. You would
I.
look a lot nicer with a smile.
Yes, that's what they all
Maybe
tell
you
me.
should read a bit of Lathander's word.
Wait, what?
Lathander's word. He kind of like, just like,
You said a sunnier disposition.
yeah.
I didn't mean.
He just like looks at that and just kind of like, there's a faint sigh as he's just like, it would not hurt to read the religious books of Lathander from time to time, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. Maybe
Imagine
get you to
she's
laugh.
like-
Tell a joke. She wants this man to smile. I don't know why I have her latch on this, but she does.
Wait, can you tell a joke?
Him.
Oh,
Pointing
good.
at the grandfather.
I don't know of any joke. He
You know what
he
your
looks
sense of
so
humor is?
lost and confused as he's trying. I don't know of any joke.
Well, do you know what your sense of humor is?
Not particularly, no.
Well, here.
I only know jokes Trish. Oh no. Fuck, what's her name? I
think you said Alicia or something like that.
Trace. I only remember jokes Tracy.
If she's how I think she is, they're either dark humor or really violent.
Most of them I cannot do or say.
Wait, why can't she?
If they are dark humor, it would be best to not. I would.
No, the punchline is usually
Literally a
that.
punch.
Yes.
Ah,
Well,
the mark of a ruffian's intelligence, perhaps. Well,
Oh,
or
I remember.
rougher.
I have one that she told me once, or no, told my other friend once when he said, "Could you tell a joke not so violent?" What do you call it? When a paladin falls in love,
what?
they were smitten.
Wolf snorts and just kind of covers his face, just like, no, I didn't do that. He like, you see like the grandpa just like looks at you and just kind of nods slowly. A good joke indeed.
Maybe his humor is more slapstick.
Like looks at you just like, don't you slap me.
Slapstick is not literally hitting someone.
I am aware
Well,
of the
I mean-
comedies.
I have seen plays. Does that count?
I have seen them as well. I watch them for the dramas.
How do you not know your sense of humor if you know each kind of comedy? Has anyone ever had you have something that you laugh at?
My wife.
What jokes does she?
They were ones you would not fully understand the meaning of, but they were
Try
funny.
me.
How many times has that man been married?
A few.
Do I know a rough estimate?
No.
All right.
Try me then. Intelligence.
I'd rather not. I appreciate your zeal, vim, and vigor, but no, thank you.
Makes you laugh. You need a smile. You look very sad, and it's very sad to look at you because I worry. I like people. I don't want them to be depressed.
I understand. And again, I appreciate the vim and vigor of your disposition, but we were discussing something else.
Right, Hessekin.
Yes. If you're
We will
going
come back to this
through-
later.
He just like doesn't say anything. He just like it's clear that he's just like okay. He just shakes his head and nods to himself, and then just goes, "If you're going through the back entrance, if you just inform them after sun has set that you are sent by me to make sure that the upstairs areas were well stocked with the things to allow us to better be able to find our information. It is not a lie. You are ensuring that we are able to cast our magic to find that which we are seeking. Therefore, you can do so without worry about there being questions regarding your truth. It is truth because it is attempting to find whatever this
Thing.
frustration is."
Do you have any idea of what it might look like?
Depending upon what it is, if they are truly as smart as they are making themselves out to be, it would likely be some sort of totem-like thing. Perhaps a...
Oh, I know what those look like. Sorry.
Do you know?
Well, I know what certain totems look like. See, there are people like me who, instead of being able to bust down walls really good, focus certain energies and such on totems.
Then you would know that it would have some kind of design on it to give it its structure, to make it stand out, perhaps give it its power. He kind of like slowly looks to Pharos. I had misjudged her. Forgive me.
Why are you telling me this?
He thought that I was a brain dead idiot.
No, why
No.
are you
Because
saying forgive me to me?
because I know that she will forgive me. But you, I know, as being singled out by me throughout this entirety, as being their friend and their way to speak with myself.
It's really bold of you. Assume I forgive you.
Have you not? He like looks up at you like with like a have you not?
No, I forget.
No, it's the other way around. You're supposed to forgive, not
No, I
forget.
know. I'll just forget it eventually.
Roll an insight check, Ellie.
Hold up. Shit.
Oh my god.
I'm back on the tree.
You notice it's so faint, but you've had to deal with Karg. You've had to deal with people who are not openly emotional from the get-go. This man just cracked a smile at that.
I saw it.
Saw what?
She just like covers her mouth. Ah! Okay, so it didn't close me off. Like she just covers her mouth, but she's like grinning from ear to ear.
He doesn't say anything, but he just kind of like looks at you for a second with an appraising look that's just like, thoughtful.
So his type of humor is literally stupidity. Got it.
Just
Oh
stupid
god,
comments.
he must love Ellie then.
That being said, he motions again to Pharos. That is all I can leave you with. It's all the information I, myself, am aware of. Perhaps it will do you some good. And if you are able to find what you are looking for, that would be a benefit both to yourself and to us. I too am curious about what all has been going on. If you can determine this, I would greatly appreciate knowing myself. If you would, of course. Is that fair?
Sure.
Sounds fair to me.
Hopefully it is not one of your people causing the,
I am hoping that as well. One can only hope and presume until they know for certain. The only way we will know is to discover. That is why I'm here speaking with you. To discover. And I hope that your skills, as you have claimed them, will be suitable. More than enough, even. We will see.
I think that was the closest to good luck we're gonna get.
He nods and just kind of walks out. After he
No,
leaves,
but I was
Wolf just kind of like looks at y'all. Oh, he was pleasant.
now what I was feeling about. He smiled very slightly. It's basically like looking at a card, but he smiled. Oh,
She puts her hat over her face, and you see her muffled. That made myself sad.
I'm sorry? Wolf pats your back.
It's still muffled. I miss card.
Kind of looks over your shoulder at them and just like, just kind of mouths to them. Boyfriend?
Wait, he knows about card. I told him about this.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. If he has, then yeah, he would. He'd just be like, "How long?" is what he mouths.
I have no idea what he means by it, so...
Like, how long has he been gone? I think is what he means.
Forrest isn't sure which one, and if he's not positive on what he's talking about, he's not giving an answer.
Hmm.
The more I progress with this character, the dumber she becomes, and I enjoy every minute of it.
The best part is she's just barely under.
Average, yeah,
Average,
she's
yeah.
below average.
Barely.
Just slightly below average. She's literally like the C student.
Basically,
But
yeah.
for some reason, I just make her dumb as dicks.
Fair enough.
And then she just gets into a place she excels, and she just prattles off like a fucking Einstein. I think that's why I do it, because of that balancing.
Fair enough. So, what will you guys be doing with the rest of your time? You're given a possibility. You can try and check the underside to see if he was simply unaware of things.
Should we spend like a day preparing first, or is time?
We have till tonight, I believe he said.
Yeah.
He didn't say you have till tonight. He said if you do it, you'll want to do it during the night.
I'd say we should do it tonight, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it'll give me time to rest and recuperate, so...
Actually,
Why do you need to rest and recuperate?
It's yeah. Okay, never mind. I can
Pointing to the bleeding wounds that Wolf has left.
Yesterday.
Oh, that was it. Oh!
This is
My
New Day,
bad.
Paris.
Yeah, we can.
That's why I allowed the fight. What's the meat for? Cold chill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I love that the moron that was... I think other than Frost, the most at odds with this man has got him to smile. This is an unturn or an unexpected turn of events.
What a twist!
God damn it.
Okay, Guru,
Yes.
I'm gonna meditate for 4 hours at some point during the day.
So you're gonna get a long rest, gotcha.
So, you know what I just realized, Matt, that makes this absolutely funny?
Hmm.
Are you going into your room to do this?
I might not. I haven't decided yet.
If you don't, you're gonna have someone disturbing you.
That's true.
Because Ellie has never seen you do this.
Oh. Well, yeah. Like
You
on the road.
meditated on the
the
road, but she's been asleep during those times.
Not necessarily.
Because they go to bed, like, either...
Ellie, you've kept watch
Yeah,
before.
you've kept watch, so you have seen this
Would I?
before.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you've seen this before.
You 100% would have.
Because for some reason, I keep thinking that she took first watch, so...
Also, Guru, at some point, I would like to. Well, no, we'll wait until we get in there, I guess.
Okay.
Because I know you're trying to do this right now. We have other things to do.
What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking anything.
Not you, I'm talking to Dick.
Oh, okay.
He's literally just sitting on the floor beside me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't tell me what you've been drinking. My Pepsi! Okay, no. This is my first taste of caffeine in like 2 weeks, so I'm kind of tweaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Ginger.
So you're trancing. Paris is
Mhm.
trying to remember if she's seen trancing before, and remembering that yes, she has.
So at least spends 4 hours. Honestly, at least 2 of those hours, she's just staring at that. Just kind of like tracing over the figures.
Which figures?
Like the figures on each depiction that Frost. I almost said painted. So
Okay.
probably in. Is there a clergy in this area?
In this area, there are a few. They're smaller, and most of them are to things like knowledge and such as that. Seeing as how this is one of the biggest hubs of information.
You know what I want to try.
What do you want to try? Saying I
But I
know
don't-
and
But I know the spell sending. I feel like that's been done before, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's been done in this campaign.
It has not been done in this
It hasn't?
campaign.
Okay.
it has not been done in this
No.
campaign, so you would not know.
Alright.
Is there any, like... Could I try to find a Temple of Lathander here?
Make an investigation check.
Worth a shot.
Would I know if I could send letters to the tribe?
There are a few places where they will essentially make a pit stop for such, for, you know, people who have left the tribe, quote unquote. No one truly leaves the tribe.
I thought you said people were kicked out of the tribe.
There are people who get kicked out,
He
but
means
if you
people don't
leave,
usually willingly leave
no,
without.
they don't leave without keeping some kind of connection.
So yeah, she'd try and like write up and send a letter.
Okay.
But I know the place to go for that.
There are places that are basically like post offices.
Oh my goodness! Excuse me. Holy crap!
Pharos, this area probably has it, and you eventually do find it. By the time you find it, it's probably a good 2 hours of looking. I mean, it's a big city, so it makes sense, but it just takes some time.
Yeah.
That's all. So you do find one eventually. They are actually happy to see you when you actually show that you're, a member of Lathander, or Lathander's people of worship, as it were.
All right.
All right, what are you looking to do?
Looking to just probably pray.
They will absolutely, like, since you are from a quote unquote brotherhood section, they will offer you a private room.
He would also
Also, what?
maybe one of the he'd try to talk to maybe one of the higher ups if he can.
They aren't going to be able to get him with someone like super high up, but there's a few people who he might be able to speak with. Eventually, they'll what do you tell them you're looking to speak with them in regards to?
Business of the dawn.
Okay, it's vague enough that they're going to call him in. Okay. Eventually, you see this older halfling approach you. Gives you a small bow. Welcome, young brother. How may I assist you in business requiring the Order of the Dawn?
I am here on business with one of the Emerald Towers. I have been charged to get a scroll back from them, and I came here just to speak on if you would know of anything plaguing the tower at all.
We have asked them for some details regarding a few converts we had a while back, and the details regarding that have been sadly scarce, but understandably they are busy with a great deal, especially after they found that there was an area of the tower that had burn marks in it, and they are fearing that some of the information they had is lost.
Burn marks, you say?
Yes, inside of the tower. They found it a good, I'd say 11 months ago or so.
Burn marks as in fire or other burns?
Fire.
Do you think this could correlate with a dead magic zone in the tower?
Dead magic should have no correlation with fire. Fire and dead magic are not necessarily opposites, but they certainly shouldn't be connected. If they were connected, that would be something dangerous indeed. Because that would imply that someone was out of their way attempting to ensure that there was no way with which to douse the fire by magical means.
Or figure out who did the fire.
Another possibility.
Because what my information is, the dead magic zone happened 9 months ago. Some people joined 12 months ago. If this fire happened 11 months ago,
That would not correlate perfectly, but it's not out of the question.
I just came here seeking guidance.
I apologize if I am not giving you the guidance you thought you would find.
No, it is quite fine.
Is there more I can do?
How fast can you get the message to the head of the Order of the Dawn or someone in?
If you're speaking to which division? Some I am more familiar with than others.
What's this country?
You are in the country of Mervale.
Mervale, right? The Order in Mervale.
To the north?
To the north, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will look through some notes to see if I can send a reliable message. Otherwise, it will have to be through.
Who do you know from from my order?
That is what I am going to have to ensure. I know of a few different people. If I were to send it to someone higher up in your order, I would want to ensure that they are capable of what your quest requires of me, but I would also need to know what it is you are requesting of me.
Oh, I just wish for you to tell them that I'm here. There's a holdup, but I'm trying to take care of it, and just let them know that it is getting
Your name being
farce.
Faris. I will make sure that they are informed that a one Faris is wanting to ensure that they are made aware of these things. He nods. It will, of course, take some time, but I will do my best to ensure that they're taken care of in a
If you
proper
wish to
manner.
know if you would know a man named Velashin, he would probably be the best one to speak to.
He like stares at you for a second and kind of just nods. Now that's something I can work with, yes. I will see what I can do. He puts a hand on your shoulder. May you be continually illuminated on your journey.
Thank you, and the same to you.
He nods and turns around to go and make sure that he remembers all the details about speaking with that particular brother so he can ensure that the message gets sent to the right people. But after that, he just kind of nods and smiles at you.
He just goes back to praying.
Doesn't bother you. He allows you to continue doing as you were before. Happy to leave you to your prayers. Anything you two are doing?
I got nothing.
Other than sending the letter, I'm just wandering.
Okay.
Because
Meditating.
if I know that she's transing, then I know how long for.
This is true.
Also, I said she's something else.
I will look at it in a second. Not that. Oh wait, yeah, you would have been. Yes, Paris, you would know about sending because you asked them if they could try and make sure that you were kept updated on Kark's condition, and in doing so, they informed you that they could do it from anywhere in the world using sending.
Speaking of which, have they done that at all?
Yes, they do it weekly. Just make sure that you're not having a daily terror. Waiting like, when are they going to see you sending? When are they going to send it? It's just like, we'll do it once a week. If his condition changes, we will make sure you are made aware. Basically, all of the things they've said so far are, his condition has not changed, we're keeping our eyes on him, hoping for the best as much as you are.
I just had this stupid image of Ellie being mid-conversation, getting sending, and just like immediately, just for some reason, I just imagine her putting her finger in her ear going, hold on. She's like, no voice, no.
That would be like the most psychopathic bitch ever. It's like, so about motherfucker. What do you need? Like all of a sudden her attitude changes immediately. Like, what the fuck?
She's just suddenly the businesswoman.
Oh god. Immediately,
just-
everyone's like, what's wrong with this bitch? Why are you staring at me? Quit staring at me with them big old eyes. Where did I see you? Oh, yeah, I'll head to a clergy, Christ's sake.
Paris, Granny's in the closet. Don't fall for that bitch's lies.
Granny's in the closet. I don't know if Grandma could fit in that closet. That shit's stuffed. Oh my god.
Sorry, I thought hoodwinked.
No, you're fine. I knew immediately what the fuck you were thinking. You said that there's a knowledge.
Hood.
Use the hood, Red. Use the hood.
Pulls out a car hood. What will this do?
Kill him. You said there was a knowledge clergy.
Yes. Roll
Okay.
investigation check if you're trying
Theoretically,
to
she
search them.
could have just went with Theoretically, she could have just went with Faros.
If you went with Faros, and it takes a long time to get there, but you eventually get there.
She probably would have left earlier than him. I will say that.
Fair enough. You do find it before him by like a couple minutes.
Just like 5 minutes ahead, fucking Faros comes in, Batman meme occurs. Or not Batman, Spider-Man. Why am I thinking Batman?
I don't know. Why are you thinking Batman?
He is the night. Excuse me, no, he is the light.
Oh my gosh. What are you looking to have sent? Actually,
Okay,
who are you looking to have it sent to first and foremost?
Well, since I don't have to write a goddamn letter, she would ask if any of them knew about any of the wandering tribes, first of all.
Most of them do have a passing knowledge. Most of them do not have a further knowledge than that.
Who has the most knowledge in passing knowledge?
That would be in passing knowledge.
Since the people who know only have like passing knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Passing knowledge would probably be a older tiefling man.
Oh, you look like Cheshire.
I do not know who this Cheshire is, but I hope that all is well with him and with you. How may I help you this day?
I would. Can you cast sending?
That would depend on who you are wishing to have me send it to. Knowing one's recipient will help with knowing how to assist with sending it to them.
Your voice is very slow and soothing, and I'm trying to stay awake.
No, I will continue speaking this way. It is how I've always spoken.
Oh no, I'm not saying stop, I'm just saying. Compliment, I think.
Fair
If I
enough.
insulted you, I'm sorry.
No, it's just that some people have referred to it as slow-witted. It is
That's
incorrect, of
mean.
course, and yes, it is quite mean.
Um, okay. How much do you know about the tribe who's connected to these?
And she'll gesture to hers.
I know a few of the various tribes, but only a few. Little tidbits here and there.
Any chance you know their leaders at all?
Not personally. Not enough to use sending on any of them.
How well would it be if I gave you a very detailed description?
A description is good, but I prefer to know them to ensure that the sending goes off without accidentally finding its way to someone you weren't looking to speak with.
Well, if you're uncomfortable with doing it, it's fine.
That's what I'm saying, yes, but it is more so knowing this person helps me better know you, to know why it is being sent and such as that, but
It's my dad.
he smiles. Knowing it is your father does not mean that I know him or that I know more about you and him. Do you understand?
Hang on. Okay, sorry.
So he basically ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just a soft butter still think if that's racist. Yeah, it's worth a shot. There's no chance that anyone in the city knows more about. Well,
They are tribesmen. They go and they do as they please. They continue to wander. They do
that doesn't
not
mean someone
enjoy
hasn't run into them.
I did not say that either. But that does mean that they may have experienced tribesmen, but that doesn't not mean that they will have experienced your tribe. There are other tribes out there, after all.
It was worth a shot. Thank you anyway. Well, actually,
Yes.
potentially someone else.
That being?
Do you stay here? Just like forever? Or have you ventured to Ivory Towers?
I am aware of some of the people at Ivory Towers. Sometimes they come here.
Out of character, it is Ivory Towers we left Carter, wasn't it?
No.
Or did we leave him somewhere else? Where did we leave him? Where did we leave him? I forgot the name of the town.
The Magic City.
Yeah, you left him in the city.
Which city was that?
I think it was it Nixton?
We don't have a map, so
I'm looking.
I'm sorry. Should basically just be asking him about that city.
Yeah, Niverton.
Thank you. Have you ventured to Niverton?
Actually, I shouldn't have given that to you.
No,
Because if you
Again-
forgot it, that means Ellie would have forgotten it.
we don't have a map,
I
so
know.
it doesn't help.
I know. I'm sorry.
In character, we have a map.
Yes, in character. That's the only reason why I'm giving
That-
it to you.
In character, we have a map. Out of character, we don't. So yeah,
I'm
it's
working on
stuck in
it.
my head.
I'm working on it, alright? I promise. Well, I've got a lot of things I'm working on, like trying to do other things, but that's beside the point. I'm aware of a few people from Niverton.
What kind of people?
Mostly the clerics. They have sought knowledge of their god here as much as anyone else.
Do you know anyone who worships Angla at all?
That's most of those who come here, if they are looking for farming and the like.
Forgotten the cleric's name, so I'm just gonna fucking describe the cleric to him and see if he's familiar.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, great! I'm great at these.
Of course you are.
Great at these. Pat.
You have the
Pat,
perfect intelligence stat for it.
Yep, 5.
I'm not familiar with him, but I can certainly try my best to get a message to them in general.
Please and thank you.
Of course. Puts a hand on your shoulder. What is the message?
how is Kirk doing? Any signs of less aggression? If not, don't let him break bones.
He like pauses at that, just like blinks slowly, just like, I did not realize they were doctoring someone. Or is it perhaps an animal? A horse, a mule,
It's my fiance.
person then. I had to make sure because they are of nature and it's not uncommon for people to occasionally require to leave a...
There's a lot going on here that I'm sure would bore you.
I'm certain if you are making it sound as such.
There's like a slight tinge of arrogance to this guy's fucking voice that makes me just want to throat check him.
I can tell you've been being oddly a dick to him this whole time. It's, you kind of have been.
Where?
You've been
No, please
You've been very
demonstrate.
passive aggressive this whole
Where?
time.
Please point it out, because I didn't notice.
You, just the
'Cause
way
she
you've been
wouldn't be.
speaking to, the manner you've been speaking to him has been
Please
very
point
passive
out
aggressive.
where? Because again.
It's just like the tone you're giving off,
Okay, yeah.
and how you say things is just being very. It sounds very passive aggressive.
Because he isn't. I want to hit him.
Oh, so then...
He's done nothing.
Yeah.
It's the way he speaks. He's done nothing, but for some reason, I want to hit him. She does not. She can't detect that. I just want to punch him. It's this I know more knowledge higher than thou fucking voice.
Because he does.
You see what I mean?
No, that's me speaking.
I know.
Do you wish me to send that and receive the message, or...
I'm sorry, repeat that, Don.
Do you wish me to send it and have you wait here to receive the message, or...
Please, I'm in no rush.
Alright. He will cast sending. And shortly after he finishes, he kind of just glances at you. You did not mention that they have been using sending to speak with you.
They have, but again, it's my fiance, and I'm kind of.
They said that rushing and pushing for things will not speed things along.
Fair enough.
They are trying.
Thank you.
I do understand your plight in a way. Waiting for one's loved one. It is difficult. Be patient. They are good at their medicines. They will help.
Just rubs the back of her neck. I suppose. She'll give like a light bow to him. Thank you very much for your assistance.
He bows back.
Is the inside of this place the way I think it is, Dawn?
That being,
Library kind of in nature?
yes, it is library in nature.
It wouldn't bother anyone if I stay in here for an hour or two, would it?
Kind of like looks around and kind of motions towards basically everything. As long as you do not do harm while within these walls, you are free to look around, take a moment to breathe and to relax yourself as much as you can.
She'll thank him again before she heads off to just find a book to distract herself for the next like 2 hours.
Okay. So you read, Elisha trances, and Pharos goes to pray with Lathander just to...
I just imagine Elisha
Go
comes
calm
to
and
and just
whatnot.
looks around like, where the fuck did everyone go?
Cheshire, Ferris is just looking for luck in the eyes of the morning lord. Mm-hmm.
So you all reconvene before sundown, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys finish things up. You're feeling a little bit more confident because you've had rest. You've been able to go out and talk to people. You're admittedly a little bit, you're just kind of worn, but that's to be expected at this point. You're not really going to push the matter too far or too hard. When you guys reconvene, Wolf shows up and he's got like a handful of stuff that he just kind of lays on the table and kind of looks at you all. He's like, okay, so I managed to finish a few things, a few items to help you guys look a little less inconspicuous. I got extra shoes for you in case you need shoes. I managed to get a few extra snacks just to make it look like we actually brought snacks. Is there anything I'm missing? What'd you guys get?
I got us a possible blessing from Lathander.
You see him like stare at you and like he puts his lips together like you can't see his lips and we're like, kind of nods.
You were expecting us to get something?
We were told to prepare.
How do I prepare getting ready to axe someone in the head and searching for a totem?
Usually by not saying that you're going to be axing him in the head.
I mean, it's sheathed until someone hits.
He kind of like holds up a finger, like slowly like curls it, like he doesn't want to admit that that's wrong or right, but he's also like, I'm not going to say anything.
What am I gonna do? Try and smile with someone I find in the middle of it? You know what? Never mind.
And you, Alasha. Like,
Desperately, please tell me you have done something. Alash's sitting here like, I just slept, motherfucker.
I made
Which
sure,
I'm so curious why she slept.
I made sure that the magic I currently have available is more geared towards subterfuge and things of that nature.
awesome. And then the rest of the time you had before we got together?
I mean, out of character grew everything that I'd need to be sneaking around I got on me. I don't really need to buy anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's just looking at it like, because he's like, he's planning ahead, and he's suddenly starting to realize, oh no, you guys didn't. Oh,
I mean, I sure did.
Obviously. But not in the way that he was expecting.
Well, of course not. We each got our own way of planning ahead.
Of course. He was just expecting something different. And so he's just sitting here like, putting his fingers together like,
Forrest did his way of planning ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the ways you guys planned ahead. It's just not what he was expecting. So he's just sitting here like, Okay, sure. Alright. Alright, okay, good, alright.
I think the best part is like, you guys, how the fuck is a barbarian gonna pay for infiltration? Psych myself up to swing, alright.
Were you expecting something else?
I'm used to having Dove and the team do stuff, so a little bit.
What were you expecting?
Well, he mentioned, that we'd be going in looking like we were bringing, snacks or something like that, so that visually we looked convincing in that we are doing one thing. but
We
that
met back up
vocally
in
we
an
can say
inn.
the truth. What?
We met back up at an inn. We could literally buy food here. We seen a box of Hacking.
And I made myself somewhat look like a librarian, even though these shoes are very uncomfortable.
I actually, he reaches into the bag and pulls out something that it looks like shoes, but as he turns it over, you see that it actually does not fully cover the feet. It does not cover the bottom of the feet, rather. It's still going to be a little bit weird, but apparently it's there's some fashion around here where having bare feet is allowable, but in order to do so, they usually ask that you wash your feet before going into someone's house.
I'll just stick
looks
to
horrendous.
these. Those would still be uncomfortable. It's still encompassing the foot somewhat.
Nah,
I think he
it's more
doesn't
the
like
it's more
things.
the ankle.
I think he doesn't like anything on his feet or ankles, period.
I mean, I figured I'd get you something just in case. Pulls out his.
I will wear them because it is a nice gift.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel like it was forced on you. Just trying to help.
It is a nice gift.
And do you two need anything? Extra weapons, extra stuff? I can go out and get stuff real quick.
Mm,
I am fine with what I have.
We do
Thank
not need weapons because we're not going to do this harmfully.
Obviously not, but he points
I also
to Ellie. She's also the one who wants to carry around big weapons that are generally visible. Do you have anything
do you
smaller?
want me to just pick the flail?
Flail is still pretty visible.
I mean, I use a mace.
If you have a smaller weapon that I can use that is still effective, I will be happy to take it.
Well, then again, I actually take my mace and put it into, you know how like I wear a sash around me?
Yeah,
It's not really a sash, but it's part of the arm flowing thing.
right.
I'll hide my mace.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I have a weapon to defend myself?
Because you're going into a place where they're expecting you to be there for, helping with learning and such. And if you're bringing in snacks, why are you also bringing in a great axe?
Jesus Christ, I just switched to fucking elements and shadow and all I see is forest.
Self-defense?
I'm just showing where he's putting the mace in the picture.
No worries. I already had an idea.
She will set down the great axe, the great sword, and the flail, and the javelins.
Do you have like a hand axe or anything?
No!
Alright. He pulls out a pair of hand axes.
She takes one.
Do you
And
want
just
a dart?
I was going to say I'm insulted just from the hand.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, I
sorry.
have
Were you
both.
expecting something prettier?
She
Come
just
on.
says,
I can try to teach you how to shoot radiant blast out of your hand.
long blinking and staring at him to the point that anyone can tell what's running through her mind. Someone please stop her.
He holds up a finger, looks to Ferris, looks to her, and is just like, "Are you sure?"
I'm surprised he isn't surprised because he did not know Forrest could do that.
He's more he's surprised by that, but then he sees her face, and at that point he
Right.
doesn't care. He's just like, "Are you sure?"
No promises. I will be.
I will
I'll be
stick
able
to
to.
the hand axe because I am not going to learn it in a night.
He slowly leans over. Then he leans over to say something, looks down at your sash, and then leans back.
She
What were you about to
So-
say?
I was about to say something stupid, but then I saw your sash.
What were you going to say?
I mean, if you're a Lathander boy, then clearly it makes sense that you would have the ability to shoot bolts of light.
Why did the sash stop that?
Because I've met a person like yourself before. Nice guy.
Ooh!
But, in terms of the brightest light in the darkness, he was a little too bright. I wasn't there to help him.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Remind me, please.
Also, just so you know, I also learned about 11 months ago, a part of the tower was either caught on fire or caught burned.
That sounds like a very important thing for them to miss. How did they miss that?
Maybe they did not miss it, they just chose not to tell us.
I mean, that's not something they would just tell us, but... He, like, rubs his forehead just like, that doesn't make sense. You know what? Smart people tend to make stupid choices, and we have to just accept that they're making them and either move on or find a way to fucking... Alright, claps his hands together. Ignoring the stupidity and moving on to the greater good. What's the plan? We just walking in? What are we doing?
Walk in and sneak around.
I'm game with that. I like it. Straightforward. Alasha, you good with this?
Well, we need to start things off somehow.
Ellie, you as well?
Whenever you say sneak, she just does the blinking gif.
Oh, come on.
I'm 6'3" and 230 pounds.
I mean, he slowly motions to himself. I really don't see how that's the issue here.
Ellie is fucking thick, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Even for 6'3", that's a lot.
It's because of her muscle.
I'm aware.
Excuse me! 230 is under her weight. I can try. I'm not saying no. I'm just...
I mean, as I said, I'm also big and thick and all that fun stuff you're mentioning.
Being thick is fun.
Oh, yeah. Are you saying it isn't? People don't make fun of you for eating all that you want to. I mean, granted, if they do, you
People
know...
make fun of people for eating a lot?
Yeah. Odd did it once, and then I told him I'd eat him. He seemed to think that I was actually serious. No, I wouldn't do that. He's too scrawny.
How tall is Wolf again?
He's as tall as Karg.
Invasion of privacy. She lifts up his upper lip to see his canines.
They're pretty big.
Your canines are sharp enough to eat someone. I don't know why he would believe that, but sure.
I'm not a cannibal.
Is that cannibalism?
Okay, I'm not an asshole then.
The brain cell! I will try and sneak. I'm just not, great at it.
We're not saying that we need you to be great at it. We're just asking you to try.
I'll try.
Besides, you don't have to be great at sneaking in the conventional sense. You just need to be able to make it so that people aren't actually paying attention to you. You know what I mean?
It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to see that the same sentence that she just said just ran through her head.
He pats her cheeks gently. Just
I'll
do
just
your
let
best.
You and Elisha and Forrest do the talking, and I will just pretend that I'm your tall bodyguard.
I'm okay with that. Everyone else okay with that? Well, actually, don't pretend that you're our bodyguard. Just pretend that you're just the hired help to carry the snacks. That'll probably be more
Works
convincing.
for me.
Which, to be fair, if we said you were our bodyguard, you'd definitely fit the role. Gives her a thumbs up.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment and move on.
As you should, because it was.
Also, I have a minor idea.
That being...
Elisha, how good are you at acting spoiled?
Why would she be spoiled if she is breathing
She lifts,
snacks?
she lifts Elisha onto her shoulders.
Oh.
I just think that will bring unneeded attention.
Yeah.
And like he said, why would a person bring snacks be?
Did it what now?
Why would someone who is spoiled bring snacks to someone? That's acting like royalty and the like.
Oh, I misunderstood that we were bringing snacks so on. I thought you meant just bring snacks to look inconspicuous
No,
for ourselves.
No, he's like bringing snacks. The whole point was that you're quote unquote bringing snacks to leave for the people who work here.
Okay. Well, I misunderstood that bit.
That's what you were advised by Pharaoh's grandpa.
Even then,
And even then,
even then, we'd just be bringing more unneeded attention to ourselves.
yeah, which is why he said if you just have the appearance of it and then just let them know the truth, which is that you're looking to bring assistance to the people of the tower.
How do I appear, casual and non-threatening?
Smile peacefully. You know how to do that, right? Actually, that's a stupid
Smiles at
question.
him.
Yep. Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's good. He kind of stares at it. Yeah, that's good.
Inspect thine face. Honestly, if we go with what she normally looks like, she probably has one of the least threatening faces.
To be fair, you're also a giant soft bean.
That's just it. She's like enormous as fuck.
She's big
Her
as hell, but
face is really soft.
yeah, she's a soft bean. She's not a bad person. She's a good girl. She's a good goyle.
I don't know why. I just imagine Lasha going, she's not a bad person. She's actually very calm. Ellie in the background, come on, you fuckers! Breaking stools on someone.
She's had a long day.
I will just sit in the back. Carry the box. Or compartments, containers. I don't know
Box.
what we're carrying it in.
He pats the box.
Oh, please, is that a small box?
It's a small box. It's not
Okay.
super big. It's not like a
Well,
huge box of snacks.
well,
Which
I
he
can
does
touch
reach
the
in
tray,
and
then-
he passes her some snacks.
Woo!
What,
She
you
will
think I
pop
was...
one in her mouth immediately.
Yeah, he's just like, what, you think I didn't actually bring snacks for you guys? Just
Woo!
nothing crunchy. Obviously, we're trying to stealth here.
Did you just give her a sugar cube now that I think about it?
More like an apple bit.
What's an apple? Oh, like an apple slice?
Yeah. Looks like it's been slightly dried. So it might have a little bit of sugar on it. Yeah.
Dried apples are crunchy, though.
Yeah. I said slightly. So it's not fully dehydrated.
She'll just eat those. Like, literally the entire trip there.
Okay. Alright, so you guys heading straight to the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, you guys head towards the back area of the tower. The people there seem rather chill, like unlike the people up front who are like halberds at the ready. You know, clearly these people are trained for, preparing to fight off against whomsoever might come their way and whatnot. These people they're chilling. No one comes this way. They're being very much the opposite, if you will. One of them kind of looks at you. Can we help you?
Looks to Wolf.
Wolf kind of steps up. We're just looking to help the people here. We've brought some stuff to assist with that. Actually, speaking of, you want some? He reaches into the box and pulls out some dried nuts. The guys are just like looking at each other, and he kind of like shuffles it in his hands, like, eh. One of them kind of like reaches forward and just like, we didn't hear you come, giving this to us now. But he takes the nuts and just kind of pops a few in his mouth. We could use a few snacks. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, sure. I mean, the people here are kind of, antsy anyway. Might as well give them a few snacks and whatnot. Go on in. If the person in the lobby gives you any problems, just let them know what you're doing. You'll be fine. Head up to the 3rd floor, I think, is where most of the snacks tend to get dropped off. You must be new here. Go on. Motions for you all to go inside. He leads you inside, kind of glances back at you guys, and gives you guys a thumbs up like, step 1's complete. That was easy. Alright. So 3rd floor, we checking everything around in the meantime as well. I'm following your directions from here. You're the one leading this little escapade. I know how to sit back and watch as much as anyone else. Oh no, am I actually supposed to be the one leading this?
I'm the one who does most of the talking, but I'm not good at lying, so.
I'm not great.
I mean, I can get us where we need to go. I'm just saying that where do you want to start? Being the face doesn't mean I'm the leader. Come on.
I feel like going up, maybe.
Well, obviously we're going up. How far up, you thinking? This thing's stories high. They only mentioned the...
argued they'd probably put it in the middle of the tower for most effective.
Alright. Let's see how high we can head up and see if we can figure out where they might have put it. Alright. Let's go. Kind of nods, keeping himself mostly to the front so that if anyone likes, like, hey, what do you... he can start talking to him. Everyone roll a stealth check.
God, this is where Pass Without Trace would be got.
Right.
Oh!
Look!
Madrino.
Madrino!
I'm here, yeah. What's up?
Stealth roll, please.
Oh, stealth roll. Ooh, I've been waiting for this.
$22. Nice.
Thank you.
Alright, so you guys are able to pretty easily start moving around quietly enough. No one really peeks up like when you guys are going through. Like a few people like halfway notice you, but by the time they look up, you're probably already up the stairs and they're just like, yeah, it's probably just someone else. So thus far, you do not appear to be spotted, caught, or otherwise. It appears that at the moment you guys are able to slip on by. The higher up you go, the less people there are. Especially at this time of night, it appears that this is the time of night where people are more likely to just take their time off to recuperate. They're not actually staying here to study, except for a few people who are staying on for late hour projects and such like that. Eventually you go up and up and up and up and up. You never have seen this many stairs before in your life. Like, the only person of you who may have seen this many stairs before would have been Elisha, and not this many stairs just going around in a circle like this.
Oh.
Dude, like, 3 flight
I
is.
got a DM.
You got a
I
what?
got a DM something real quick.
Yep, go
I
ahead.
continue. I just got a DM something real quick.
3 flights for Ellie is enough to be like, this is a big building. This
Yeah,
is a little much for her tribal brain.
you're like, 3 sets of stairs? Man, these people are rich. Then you see another set of stairs and go, wait. You see another set of stairs after that. Wait. You see another set. Wait, hold on.
I don't know what she thought when she saw the tower and how they got up, but.
Needless to say, they clearly have a way to stay fit. I'm waiting for that DM from Matt before I continue. Let's see.
If that's alright.
Mark it off on your gold.
I will do so.
For the first one, it would have cost you 50 gold. Just so you're aware. Unless you were wanting 50 gold for if you're getting more than one, it would have been 50 per.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you're starting to think that this is getting ridiculous with how many sets of stairs there are. There's so many stairs.
So, I say this as someone who runs every morning with Elisha as a weight. I'm tired.
Don't worry. I've seen dumber things than this many stairs.
Don't say odd.
I mean, Odd's done some pretty dumb things.
I just imagine, like, Faros, Ellie, and Wolf are tired. Then there's just Elisha walking up the stairs, like,
That's exactly what's going on.
Oh, you're still.
Boris isn't breaking a sweat.
Like, to be fair, he's not winded in, like, the sense of, like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Just like, I hate stairs. Why did it have to be stairs? Who built this place?
I think the best part is like, Ellie would be used to inclines,
Mm-hmm.
but she's used to smooth inclines.
Oops.
Boris
Right.
has basically been Boris. It's like my idea is he hasn't trained to fight too much. He has been trained to fight a good amount, but
Yeah.
more than that, he's been trained in endurance.
Oh, yeah. You've gone up flights of stairs with books in your hands.
The water pails!
Well, I said books.
No, I know, I just imagine the water pail treatment as well. The Kill Bill training.
It's like what is it? Eddie Murphy in what is it? God, what's that fucking movie?
Mulan?
Nutty Professor. Nutty Professor.
Mm.
Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor trying to get skinny by running up the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Forrest doesn't even comment on the stairs really.
Understandable.
The two biggest people are both laying. That's the funniest part.
Shared brain cell.
Too much weight. Too much weight for both of them. This is what being skinny gets you.
So eventually, you get to an area that you're presuming to be around the midway point.
Is this the top?
No, it's about midway.
No.
Whereas this is where we're supposed to be looking around, as Pharaohs wisely put it. Because if we're here, kind of motions around, and that means we can start looking around. Anyone who wants to, I can give you some toothpicks to chew on while we're working.
I already have some.
Uh,
Thank you. By the
What do
way,
these toothpicks do?
they help you focus.
Exactly.
I can try it.
Okay. He offers it to you. Motions to
He
Elisha.
does the thing where it's like, he like curls like his lips upward, like or like the opposite direction of it, and like bites on it, like hang.
You have to nibble on it.
He does it multiple times.
Okay. Elisha, you're offered one as well.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Alright. He puts it in his mouth and starts kind of
Elisha?
chewing on it. Motions.
Elisha?
She said no. Let her be. Put it in your... Go on,
Hey.
start chewing.
Okay.
Alright. So, everyone except for Elisha, roll an investigation check with advantage.
So do I still roll it? Or...
Yeah, you still roll
Yeah.
it. You're the one who doesn't have advantage.
Okay.
My phone is vibrating under my titty. Ah! Stop it.
4 and a 5.
That hurts me.
Would y'all like to come into my house?
Would you like to come to my house? That's why I was like, did you give her advantage?
Yeah. We'll go with Wolf's and Elisha's.
What did Wolf get?
What did Wolf roll?
On the die, or yeah, we'll say on the die because we don't need to go fully into what he rolled. On the die,
Yes, we do.
he rolled a 19.
Nice.
Christ almighty.
I rolled a 2 and 3, so
You did your best,
Oh,
and that's all
17.
anyone could ever ask of you. That being said, as you guys are given time to look around, you're looking for totem type stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Things that'll, in your own eyes, stand out as being things that shouldn't be here. And by the way, to give you an example, a description of what you're seeing, this area is like walking into a library. It's covered with shelves on the walls. No shelves in the center. That seems to be reserved for tables at which people can sit and stand, or not sit and stand on, sit and read, and places
Stand on
where
the
they
table,
can,
you pleb.
and areas where people who prefer to stand are able to.
Oh, Guru.
Yes.
Elisha would have been polite. She would have taken the toothpick, but she wouldn't have chewed on it.
Fair enough.
Forrest is too busy. He really doesn't like the taste of it.
Yeah, it's one you have to get used to, or you just don't like it.
I was literally just sitting here in the mindset of it's not the worst thing to put in my mouth. Mother-
That's like the one rich kid mentality Forrest has, is he knows good and like good taste.
Fair enough.
So when something is displeasing, he's like, eh, eh. He wouldn't be making those noises.
Obviously
He'd just
not.
be silent, but yeah.
Silent suffering.
Sound of silence. So that being said, the area is organized. Each book is put back into its proper place. And there is a variety of different things to this area that feel a little bit odd. Not in a bad way, like, oh man, this is standing out, but like, clearly there's quirks for certain people here. As you can see that there's areas where there's pen and paper nearby, but then you see there's like one person who has specifically papyrus paper, which papyrus is more so found in places near banks of rivers like in Forfil. So seeing someone with that means that that person, either has a enjoyment of the way that Forfil runs things, or possibly is an immigrant from Forfil itself, which is impressive that they were able to get this far. But to each their own. Mad, you eventually, as you're looking through everything, start noticing that there's a few items that stand out, not because they're foreign, but because they're almost commonplace. It's almost like someone's trying to make themselves look like they're overly from Mervale. Like they're putting too much effort into it, essentially.
Is this like you try and be extra American? So you got like a bunch
it's
of red, white, and blue stuff on, and you're eating like a bunch of like fast food stuff.
Fast food, apple pie, fried
Oh my
chicken,
God.
stuff like that.
A little bit, yeah. That's almost exactly how it looks. Like,
Fried chicken?
not fried chicken. If they had fried chicken, I'd be jealous.
Go on.
But it's more along the lines of they have the colors of Mervale like in front of them, so that while they're reading, they can have the colors like watching over them. They have various like little bits of memorabilia that you might find in different towns of importance. Like the entire setup looks like, as people from Mervale, that's not necessarily something that you guys have been like, yeah, this is something we need to make ourselves look as Mervalian as possible. No, you just are. This is like overly so. Like someone's like putting way too much effort into this. I mean, it may just be that they're, super patriotic, which is, good on them. But at the same time, wow, does that look weird.
Okay, so whose like workspace is this exactly?
There's no names on the workspaces.
Too easy. All right, I'll keep looking like around the workspace.
Okay.
Could anything be like the thing? I guess.
Looking around the workspace, you see that there's again a few bits of memorabilia that kind of stand out. One of which stands out because it's an odd thing to just kind of have around as like a bit of something to be like, yes, I'm from Mervale. Wrong country. I said Hellison because other places came to my mind. There's a thing that Paris is going to find that's from there. There's a statue. A little. Think of it like a little Buddha doll, almost like the little little fat Buddha.
Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just make a Chris joke?
Yes, I did.
Let me grab this real quick. One that you would recognize pretty much instantly. And
Me or her?
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
This signed poster from Ludacris. Wow.
It is a little statue of Tissoff.
I thought he said piss off for
No.
a second.
Tissoff. Like saying it Tissoff.
Good.
One of the patron gods of elves.
Oh, tight. But why does that draw my eye, Gert?
You're an elf.
Well, no, yeah, but why is it drawing my eye in this case?
Because Mervale, while it is known for many things, Tissoff and Mervale have a bit of history.
Hmm.
Roll a history check with advantage.
Ooh, goody.
Paris, I also thought he said piss off.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
What is thy name?
shit,
Piss
what?
off. Okay, I guess I will. Bye. Well, you don't gotta be so mean about it.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Oh my god.
God, I dislike that song.
Me too. Natural 20. There you go, Mad. You finally got it. You got yourself your natural 20.
I did.
Fucking Butters!
It ranks. It goes. Paris got the most. Then Mad's catching up. Then it's me and NPR hugging each other, crying.
Because you guys keep fucking coming close. It's just nothing.
So yeah, this, like, I'm glad that I said that this was popping out to you, because this is like burning a hole in your head as you're like, yeah, this stands out. That being in that, and I'm going to give you an example just so that it, gives you a visual to kind of be like, yeah, I can see that. Have you heard of the mythos of Poseidon and Athena in the naming of Athens?
I have, yes.
There was a similar event with the people of Mervale, where they were going to be naming a city in Mervale, and it was between Tissoff and Cavanus, the dwarven god. I will spell that out for you real quick so you can have that in your notes. If I can get it to type, and thank you, Kevin. When they went through everything, the people, seeing what Cavanus offered, chose them over Tissoff. And Tissoff essentially asked that for the next period of time until the people offered something essentially to Tissoff to show that, they truly were wanting his blessing upon the land, that no idol, no image should be made of him.
Oh shit.
Because he felt that what his gift was better than Cavanus, and like when Cavanus made the thing and saw what Tissoff brought to them, he, as a dwarf god, was impressed and said that you are clearly the victor in this, but the people still voted for Cavanus over Tissoff.
Oh dang. Quick question: what is Cavanus the deity of?
He is the deity of. He is referred to as the architect, god of dwarves, the forge, and knowledge.
You would think that he would also be somehow related to gnomes.
No, that is Rutan.
Alright, so he's basically the god of architecture, the forge, and knowledge.
Yes.
But on him, I have an out of character question just to make sure that I have this right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you spell it?
No, Rutan. Not
Okay, there was no D.
Not Rutund. Rutan.
Yeah, that was the word I thought he said, Butters. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like,
Rutan.
What about Tizoff? What are they the deity of?
They're known as the Enlightened, and predominantly they are a god of. Let me grab this real quick. Where's my note on that? I remembered it, but I didn't write down that he's the god of, is referred to as the enlightened. Why didn't I? Thank goodness I remember that. He's the god of light, of magic,
Mm-hmm.
and of war.
Interesting. Gotcha.
Why they refer to him as the enlightened, because he knows when it is time to draw his blade.
So I'm basically holding like some holy contraband here.
This is some
Holy
holy contraband, yeah. Which, in a place like this, it's probably, especially with all of this other Merveil, like, oh, we're singing our praises to it and whatnot, it makes sense that it might get overlooked by, someone trying to be, bombastic about, hey, there's all this stuff that, I'm showing I am from Merveil, and then there's just this tiny little statue that's just kind of slid in.
Cool. I will examine the statue a little more closely.
Looking it over, especially with your knowledge of the history regarding this, you see that it has 2 hands on crisscrossed knees and almost looking like he's in a trance. Like, how do you trance? Like, only he has his palms upward. And on each palm, in tiny little lettering, you can see that there's runes that have been kind of drawn up his arms.
Oh, what do we got here, Giro?
Roll an Arcana check.
All right.
To be fair, Rotan is a lover of life, so I'm not going to say you're right or wrong in that.
Hedonism?
What the hell?
No, I'm asking you, like, hedonistic views.
I might not know exactly what the runes are, but can I at least figure out what kind of magic they are?
I'm going to say no. But I am going to say that looking it over, you get the impression that obviously they're magical in some respect, but there's probably more to it than just what you're seeing in front of you.
Probably.
Obviously, it's vague, but considering, you rolled an 11, that's
that's absolutely correct.
It's tiny lettering.
Okay. Oh, I will walk over to the rest of the group and show them what I found.
Okay.
That's totem.
As you're doing that, you also see Wolf moving to a different side of the room, almost like completely parallel, but on the complete opposite side of the room. So he kind of looks everything over and kind of hears you calling as he reaches forward to grab another similar statue. Walks over, just kind of like tossing it in his hand. Just kind of looks between you all. Oh, should I go put this back then?
No.
What is it?
Put what back?
He shows you the totem he has, and it is a totem of this.
I'm assuming there's only 3.
Oh,
Three, 2
Only
Here's
2
the thing.
totems.
We do not know if either of these are the correct ones.
Where is it? There it is.
And
You
you don't think there's like a magic prison in the city, do you?
in what regard?
Because if we if one of these are the things getting rid of the magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't that imply that if we bring it past like a magic prison, all the defenses would go down?
Oh. Oh, I see what well, they were on opposite ends of the room, right?
Also, it's just divination magic, right?
As far as we're
But
aware.
here's the thing: how do we know these are the right things?
Elisha, can I see that?
It stood out to me because. Oh, sorry, but you looked.
No,
yours
why
first.
why does it stick out to you?
It had a lot of.
I will hand it to Ellie.
The desk had a lot of Hellison stuff, implying the person would studied in Hellison and whatnot. But this statue, he holds it out, and it is a image of a fish sort of entity. This is Thela, goddess of the Tritons, a Forfil goddess.
Forfeit? Wait, what?
To the west. They're known for being great members of the sea and having areas
Can you
of
see that
great
one as
plant.
well?
Sure. Offers it to you.
Keep talking. I just need to see something real quick.
No worries. But yeah, they have great lakes. It's essentially a place where if it doesn't rain every week, it's summer. And even then, they'll have rain coming down, and it's terrible in the summer. It's worse in the winter sometimes because they don't actually get cold enough for it to fully snow. So it's just really cold rain. What are you looking for?
Are there similar markings at all on either of these, or do they look similar in the positioning of certain images?
Roll an
Like,
investigation
it can have-
check.
You can have a different image, but
Mhm.
roughly the same place.
Yep. Roll an
She's
investigation.
been chewing on these toothpicks nonstop, by the way. How many am I down?
If you've been doing it non-stop, like swiping them out every minute, you'd be down at this point. I'd say a good 5.
Okay. Make it 6, I'm assuming, then.
Nope, you're still in 5th.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 19.
It's not even a 20.
It beat the DC needed for it. You notice that the Thela statue has their arms around what appears to be like some kind of basket, and on the backs of her arms, similar to how Tizoff had it on the inside of his arms, are markings. Some kind of arcane glyphs and runes, which they have no meaning to you, but they look similar.
So, would I at least know these are arcane glyphs from all of my fucking time with Elisha?
They are words that you don't speak. You would
Do
not
you
have
know
otherwise
what the
being glyphs.
arcane runes mean?
Like, no, it's basically like you can see Spanish, not speak it, and still know it's Spanish.
In this case, it's like looking at a Eastern language, like Japanese, Korean, Chinese, but not knowing which one it is because you've never seen it before, so you don't know how to identify one from the other.
Okay. So, point to these, I don't know what these are, but there's a little bit of a correlation on each totem with these. I'm not good at this, but I am good at least knowing totems.
Can I make another Arcana check, Guru?
You already made one.
Oh, okay.
If they're the same, then you're still going to have the same. They're some kind of some kind of arcana, but specifically.
So this is a crazy idea. We could take these to Faustus' grandfather. These are certainly suspicious, that's for sure. I wouldn't happen to notice, like, any symbols or anything on there that might peek me off as, like, ritualistic in nature.
The fact that they have totems in their office is the biggest ping for you.
Okay.
Doesn't tell you much, but it does ping you.
It at least makes me think, okay, this is not like some good luck shit. This is weird.
I mean, it could be just good luck shit, but why would you need good luck in a place where you're reading books and
Yeah.
writing down stuff? I mean, maybe it's good luck to make sure you don't spill your ink. Maybe?
Guru, out of character, all we needed to do was come in here and try and find whatever was blocking. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And where were we going to meet up with Ferris's grandfather?
He was going to meet you again at around noon.
Okay. I would like to make note of whose desks we just grabbed these from.
Okay.
Ow! Sorry, I have a zit on my forehead.
Are you looking for, like, identifying marks or just...
Well, I guess, yeah.
Names?
One of them's... Well, no, I specifically looked for names. There's no names on the desk. But yeah, identifying marks would be good.
I have an idea. Are there any books on the desk?
Any books?
Anything that looks like a journal, or like anything that looks like a journal on the shelves.
Okay, that's more
Or
specific.
not shelves. If it's a desk, you know what I mean, like the drawers. Yeah.
There are a few areas where there are books, and of course there are books all over.
No, I mean on the desk specifically, not just shelves.
Yeah, I'm saying they're on the desks.
Okay.
And these desks are, they're not covered with it, but you know, they have them around. Some of them are titled, some of them aren't, and as you look through one, like maybe this untitled one is, you realize it's another book that just hasn't had the title put onto it.
Guru, would I know if there's anything in this building that would detect if magic has been cast in it?
You are not told of any such thing,
Ferris's
which would have been
grandmother
your biggest thing.
would have warned us, I feel like, if there had been something, just in case I needed to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our best bet is just to remember that it's the desk. What
First
books
of
are on
all,
this desk?
I would like to ritually cast detect magic.
Okay.
What's-
What school is Detect Magic?
It's
I'm pretty sure it's
divination.
Yeah.
Divination.
I'm gonna see what happens.
Divination.
Wait, are you doing
Okay.
this in the tower?
I mean, yeah.
Wait till we get out of the tower.
Yeah, because it might ping.
No, because then it still won't work, and we know we have the right thing.
That's
Fair enough.
That's true. It's a good idea.
Dawn,
Hmm?
on these two desks, you said there's a lot of books, like a lot of books.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even to my just a little bit below average intelligence, certain books would still stand out to me, correct? Just
Yeah,
like
of course.
like if a book seems pretty fucking specific or something along those lines.
If you're looking at the Necronomicon,
Fair enough.
You're going to know it's the Necronomicon, yes.
I
On
mean,
the-
you know, written in blood, bound in human flesh, all that.
Mm-hmm. None of that is
That's not what I meant.
for you.
That's on a different
On
floor.
each-
Fine.
Of course.
That's on floor. That's on floor.
That's on floor 666.
Yep.
Oh god. But this thing has
Technically,
over six.
No.
It's
almost-
sub-level 6-6.
Christ. On both these desks, what is the book that stands out the most to me?
The one that stands out most to you?
She's trying to get a proper marker. Alash said she's trying to look for a marker, so that's what Ellie's doing.
Out of character, I'm not sure books are the best mark.
No,
This is a
but
library and book.
if
Very-
they come up, or excuse me, if they don't come up until later tonight to fuck with the totem, you can tell the grandfather it's the desk on this floor with this book on it.
Okay. Looking at that, you would be able to see that there is a book that does stand out to you a little bit. That book being a book that is bound in a beautiful velvet lettering that, or not lettering, covering that obviously the velvet on its own doesn't stand out super high to you. However, it is the fact that it is made in a violet velvet.
Pretty.
Yes, and violet is a very expensive.
Oh, purple, the
Color.
color of royalty. Oh, fuck you.
So whatever book this is that's on their desk, it is one of importance, which means that it's likely going to be one that people will recognize.
So, excuse me for this. This is going to sound really specific, but it is for a purpose. Starting from the bottom, what number book is this?
Third from the bottom.
How many books are in this pile in total?
In total, 6.
Ellie will flip that book so it's sideways in the pile, and the top one so it's sideways. So it's more discerning.
Okay. Just make it look like it's meant to stand out.
Mm-hmm. It's like not super like crazy, but the corner. You know, in a haphazard like pile, the corner would be sticking out ever so slightly,
Right.
where you can see like the top of it. Yeah, she's doing that.
Fair enough.
I'm good at subtle markers.
Wolf gives you a pat on the shoulder. Good thinking.
You have to figure out how to be subtle, otherwise the hunt that you're after will catch you.
Obviously. Like you. What?
No.
Yes.
Know what?
That's why I don't know. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
No,
please,
I wanna
Matt.
hear
no,
this.
Please.
So I'm a sage, right?
Yeah.
I know that if I don't know something about like magic, or really in general, I know where I can find it,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be in a place like this.
Yes.
So where would I find books to tell me what the heck this kind of magic is?
This type of magic. I'm going to pretend I'm holding my hands out from side to side.
Everywhere.
You're in the place.
Fun stuff. All right.
I think it means you would know the general place, not the exact area.
Shame. All right. That's
It was worth a shot.
No, it was a good one, and that's why I'm like, yeah, you're technically right, but this place would be the place.
But ho, don't do it.
When did I ever say ho, don't do it?
Oh, don't do it. Oh my god. So she'll do that to both desks.
Okay.
Like if there's a specific book on the other desk, she'll count out
It only has
or
one
count
book.
up. Oh, it only has that one?
Yep.
She'll slightly tilt it then.
Okay. Messing with people with OCD. I see how it is.
If he's as brilliant as he continues to claim and sometimes show to be, then he'll notice it.
Well, I'm not saying
That's
you
her
won't
train of
notice.
thought.
Wait, what you doing?
She's tilting some of the books so that your grandpapa will be able to see and notice them.
All right. It on his desk or just somebody
On
random?
On their
on the-
desks.
Yeah, on the two people's desk where we found the totem, she's like altering the piles ever so slightly where it'll stand out to someone with a good eye, but not to someone who's just passing by.
I don't trust that these are the totems, so we might have to come back. Something just feels off.
If they aren't, then I mean, we say that we couldn't find anything, and someone
has their piles messed with. Which could very easily be explained away as someone bumping into the desk.
Wolf just kind of nods at that. Smart thinking.
She shrugs, but she is slightly red in the face.
Use someone like you in my agency. You ever consider being a detective?
No!
Why not? You'd be a great detective.
She kind of points to her eye. I'm not that great at noticing.
That doesn't mean that you're not smart in your own way. Trust me, Odd is just as ignorant as you are sometimes. But to be fair, you're more clever in ways than you think.
Nut toast, don't butter me.
Do what I want. He like looks confused by that, just like wait. Then he realizes and is like, hey.
We should probably head back out and test totems before I turn red in the face.
I'm not saying that's
More
a bad
red in the
thing either.
face.
There you go. He grins and just pats your shoulder. Alright, so you guys heading out with these two totem-esque things?
Yep, seems so.
Alright.
I go up a floor and I just tell them you can go.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable leaving with just one floor.
I'll come with you. Alasha, you
Alright.
take Kelly down.
Alright.
Better keep up with the buddy system.
Something just feels a little off.
He nods.
Not sure what.
Alright. Like I said, I'm going to follow your lead on this. You have good instincts. What are you thinking?
I honestly think we should search a lot more than just 2 floors, but let us check the next one and see what we find.
My biggest issue is just how big this place is. He's still following you. If we're trying to look
I'm
through
aware.
all of this, I mean, this actually makes sense as to why they would think they could just hide something in here.
I don't believe we could have gotten that lucky.
No, I don't either. Maybe it's a good start, but if this was truly the totems, why would they just leave it out on their desk? That's my question.
I'm not sure.
I didn't expect you to be. Pats your shoulder. But you're smart. Clever, even. What do you think?
Also, if we can find those burn marks, I feel like it's too coincidental for it not to be connected in.
Feel like something might have gotten burnt? Something important, maybe?
Or the yes, and where do you hide something that you don't want it to be found?
A place where no one will think to look is already damaged. Alright.
Think of it like this. If you were looking in for something, you wouldn't go snooping in a corpse.
He like lifts his head up like that, thoughtful, I'm seeing your train of thought here.
So yeah, I'll attempt to go floor to floor until we find that fire that was mentioned, the burn mark that was.
Okay. So you're peeking into every place in the meantime, looking around, checking each one.
Yeah.
You do so. Takes you maybe because you're just peeking, looking for where you can
Do
see
you have
burn
magic,
marks.
Mr. Do you have magic, Mr.
Nope, that was one of my other girls' things.
None?
Well, I've got a little something, but I'm.
Is it by any chance divination?
Yep.
In a little bit, you should cast it. Once we know there should be out of the building.
Good idea. If they took it away and made it unusable, rubs his chin thoughtfully. That should be simple enough. We'll give him what? Another 2 minutes? Maybe 3?
I'd give him 5.
5's fair.
I just like the idea of hearing in the background, whee! As I imagine Ellie's like sliding on one of the
Banisters.
I came back to that.
I mean, it is something she would do in my mind.
She'd be very tempted to, but she would stop herself primarily because in her head she would think it would probably break.
I'm too dummy thick for this.
She weighs 246 pounds to give like a full weight. And that's
Nice.
not counting her equipment.
Nice.
Obviously.
She a thick bitch. She a strong bitch. Woo! And cold chill.
You're fine.
But yeah, that's what I'd be doing.
Uh,
Ellie
few-
just acts as the imposing guard for Elisha.
Of course. A few floors up, you are eventually able to see where, over in a corner, you can see where there are burn marks.
I will walk up to it and I'll hold my hand out and I'll put my hands together but shift them into like a V formation.
Okay.
I know burning hands. Would this be adequate size? Not adequate size? What we looking at?
Looking it over and trying to determine that, you hold out your hands for, seeing burning hands, and as you do so, you see that it's not perfect. Fire tends to be a little bit fickle, especially since fire is, well, it's volatile in nature, obviously, but there is a bit of it that's just a smidgen darker. Just a smidgen. That little bit, that part of it, that could potentially match with burning hands.
Burning hand seems that it may have been the culprit, which means it could have been a newer wizard that could have.
You would have had to have been
Persisted.
suspiciously skilled, if you will.
Exactly, because even from what I understand, the most basic of wizards can comprehend burning hand.
Not exactly the most comforting of thoughts, but it's a thought.
Now, we should, and he starts like moving the books or whatever's left standing.
Okay. There are a few burnt bookshelves, a few bits of material that you can move away. There's not much, but I'm presuming you're looking for something that looks out of place in a place like this.
Yeah,
Make an investigation check with advantage.
I was gonna let Wolf do it, but sure. Fuck it, can I use dice?
You can
I don't
use
trust
dice.
roll 20. Well, okay, so it's whatever I roll plus 2. Cause blah. Okay, so that's an 11. 18.
So 20. Picking apart through the rubble, making a way to check everything out. You notice that there's a part of it that's... It takes you a little bit to actually start, working on it, because it's fairly heavy. What's your strength modifier?
+1.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely...
Above average out here.
Yep. So you definitely need Wolf to help you out with it. And when Wolf... he basically has to lift it up and you pick it out from underneath. And once you finish reaching underneath to see what it is, you see there's a book. It's not untouched, it's a little bit burnt, but there's something strange about it as you pick it up.
Is it a prison book?
What do you mean?
I open it.
Okay. You open it up, and hidden in the pages, you realize that all the pages felt weird because you couldn't actually open it, which at first it looked like it might have been seared shut or melted shut maybe, but as you open it up, there is a little nook and cranny where something has been hidden.
It is a prison book. Prison books are like
I know what
they're
you meant.
books.
As soon as I realized, as soon as you said prison
Yeah.
book, I'm like, wait, no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's a prison book. What would this be? And as he opens it.
You look in and you see it's not like the statues from below. This one is more like a flat carved piece of wood, if you will,
Okay.
where it looks like it's I'm trying to think of how to describe it.
It looks like a totem.
Yeah, in a different sense, not like with images and such as that, but actual wording and such like that. So rather than being like, oh, this
A
is
wooden pamphlet.
kind of.
What does it say on it?
It is written in some kind of arcane format that you cannot decipher.
Mr. Wolf, do you speak this language?
He takes one look at it. Nope. That is what one of my assistants would be really helpful with. I keep saying that. I miss them. I really need to go talk to them again.
I
don't know,
don't
alright.
speak that many. Gosh, some of my friends would be much more useful right.
If nothing else, we can take it since
I have
it
a
was
friend
burnt
who is a
book.
cleric, but he knows a lot about magic.
I mean, if he knows a lot about magic, maybe he'll know something. Or maybe we can bring this down to Elisha. Maybe she'll actually know this one.
She would be much easier to get to. He's much more
He's much more what?
north.
Ah. That makes sense.
Do we want to keep looking a little bit, or are you confident?
I mean,
I'm much more confident knowing that this was hidden.
yeah, he pauses as he looks down and he kneels down, looks up at you. Unfortunately, I don't think we have much of a choice because I think that this is a good enough time as any to get the hell out. As he reaches down, he picks up what appears to be some kind of silver wire that looks like it's split after you guys walked past
We
it.
just broke an alarm spell, didn't we?
You don't know. You're not an arcane person.
How fast can you be?
Fast enough. How fast can you be?
His face goes from like mouth open kind of to just says smile.
Wolf
Oh
just,
no, the monk!
yeah, Wolf just has a roguish smile in return. All right, then let's get
Race you
let's
downstairs.
moving. And they just bolt. You guys just
Yep.
bolt.
I just imagine just like Ellie and Elisha just walking through just like walking through the door and just all of a sudden just like they just fucking run past them. They're just like,
That's not good. No, we waited till you. That took a while. We cleared about 2 to 3 stairs,
Yeah.
layers.
You guys
Also,
are below.
Did we have enough time for him to cast detect magic when they left?
You
I tried
eventually would
giving
have.
it.
Yep, you eventually would have, and you would have found that he still was unable to cast and detect anything magical, which either means that there was nothing magical or it was still up. So you're not certain.
Okay. All right. Yep. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Yep, but he is. You both just like. It's basically like the opening of the first Spider-Man, where like you guys just like push your feet off the thing, just moving around, just like.
I just like the idea that there's somebody walk up the stairs, they like get frightened a little bit, and we use the walls to briefly run on the walls around them as we keep.
Right.
Okay, so for you, you would run on the walls. For Wolf, I imagine since he's a rogue, he just like jumps up and bounces off.
Not inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is walking these halls like late at night, these poor people.
Imagine one of them is very superstitious and they didn't see us, but they definitely heard the running. Ghost.
Oh my god, the place is haunted. No. Why would you do that?
You wouldn't?
But yeah,
Are we talking me or Ellie?
Yes.
Guru, are we able to make it out?
You're able to make it out. And as you're leaving, are you leaving through the front entrance or the back entrance? I'd presume the back.
The back door.
Alright. So you leave through the back door and are able to get yourself to a position wherein you're feeling reasonably confident in yourselves. As you guys, you're running, obviously, but you're in a, it's more like a fast run. And the guys, outside, they're still eating the nuts, just like, you alright? You look like I saw a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
What? He stops mid-chew. Wolf just
What race is this guy?
This guy is a tiefling.
Tiefling? I start babbling in Elvish. Just looking at,
Wolf just starts
looking
speaking in
at
giant. Wolf just starts speaking in giant, and the guy just kind of looks between the two of you, just like, settle down, settle down. Jeez, what the fuck?
Out of
spook.
character, Guru, wouldn't
Yeah.
he all speak it?
What, the tiefling?
No.
Wolf.
Oh yeah, Wolf. Yeah, Wolf could speak Elvish, but he's speaking in giant because of the fact that he feels like it.
chooses.
Yeah, he's definitely choosing to speak in giant, so that it sounds just like
Hilarious.
two.
This is chaotic, but this is hilarious.
Basically, it's like listening to two different languages. Like it's like listening to like
It's like listening to someone speak Spanish and Russian.
yeah.
he eventually jumps to Celestial.
At that point, he's like, listen, just go. And if you're that spooked, jeez, we'll have someone look into it. What the fuck?
And walking away with Wolf, I was going, will that work?
Oh, trust me, that's not the first time I've had to use the old Babylon to get out of a situation like that.
How long were they in there?
Only like maybe an extra 6 minutes more than you.
Dude,
Well, actually, not 6 minutes. 7.
Wasn't Alosh supposed to like ritual cast detect magic once we were out anyway?
Yeah, she's still mid ritual cast.
So do we just see them just
Yep.
Guru, I have chosen instead to do identify.
Ah. And what are you? I'm guessing you're identifying the statue.
Yep, at least one of them.
Guru, it took us
One or
that.
the other.
It took us 7 minutes to go through 3
No, this was more than
room.
3.
Yeah, it only took us 7 minutes.
y'all are doing good work apparently?
You were able to look into the other floors and basically just peek in, see that they didn't have what you need, and move on. You were looking for burn marks specifically, so you had something specific to not look at the other ones. That's why it took you as short amount of time as it did.
All right.
Ellie just gestures them to come over to her and Elisha.
They just kind of like hop, skip over.
I'd say that I am 80 to 75% sure this is the one. Mainly because I know for sure those two are not the one.
You guys came like running out in a panic.
Oh yeah. I think we tripped a spell of some kind.
What kind of spell?
I saw a
Did you
silver
try that
wire on the
spell?
ground. You know alarm?
Yeah, no, I have alarm because of a feat
Yes.
that I have.
Yeah.
Which you have not seen her use too much.
I've used it.
I
What?
guess-
But that was
I
not
guess that's a spell.
It's alarms.
But we also found this, and he
We
holds
need
up.
to get out of the area.
We kind of did.
No, immediate area, full area.
Here's the thing: if they try to cast magic to find us, if this is the right item, they can't.
Okay, so do you
Wolf.
know what
Actually, let me double check something.
she's like? You know how like in some cartoons the girls with longer hair will grab onto like just a fistful of it in both
Yeah.
hands and just kind of tug it. That's what she's doing.
As he's taking the ponytail, you put it in his hair, shaking his head.
Wolf leans over to Ellie. Is the alarm spell divination or different?
It's abjuration.
Okay, yeah, then we should get moving.
I have been this entire time still
Obviously.
casting.
Oh, so you're ritual
Ellie
casting
picks
it?
up Elisha. She doesn't give a damn
Oh,
how she's
yeah.
sitting. It just walks.
Okay.
The alarm spell wakes up people if they're sleeping.
Roll an intelligence check, Mad.
Okay.
You're using on the statue, of course.
Alright, just a check.
Yes, intelligence check.
Okay. Oh yeah, rolling high night.
You cast Identify, and you
Mhm.
feel like you're moving towards something, and you aren't able to push quite enough. You're off by just a bit, and then you feel the spell fall apart.
Alright, I will do it again as I'm being carried.
Around this time, you hear the sound of people moving towards you. Not like armored figures and whatnot, but just the sound of footsteps and such. Wolf just kind of moves you off to the side, just like, yeah, we're just walking around and letting this happen.
Put the wooden piece in my pants.
An interesting choice. Go on.
So you just kind of shove it to be like, and Wolf just kind of stands in front of Elisha, and subsequently in front of Ellie because Ellie decided to pick up Elisha. And you guys, well, Ellie's not able to see too much because she's behind Karg and not Karg.
I was muted. My bad.
Wolf. No worries.
Ellie is carrying her Elisha bridal style. She had a plan for something were to happen. Don't worry.
No worries. But Wolf's just kind of standing in front of you guys for a second as you guys just see tap, 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 a group of robed figures looking relatively tired but moving as fast as they can without any extra aid. Although they're moving quite fast for people. Like they're going like in your eyes, Pharos. They're moving as fast as Wolf was able to move.
Ah, fine.
Yeah. So
Do I recognize that spell, Guru?
you don't see a
Just
spell
because
cast.
I have it.
You don't have you don't see what spell they cast. All you know is that they're moving fast.
But I've seen a rogue.
So they're
before.
sprinting.
Yeah, but you don't know if they're rogue. Like a rogue could be anyone.
I know. Fair enough.
Because arcane tricksters do exist.
Of course. But that being said, you see them vanish around the corner, running towards the tower as you guys are in front of your inn, just kind of like watching, like what's going on? We don't know what's going on.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't have to do what I was hoping
I'll
not to
pull
do.
the wood out of my pants.
I knew you were gonna go there!
Ellie just relaxes.
I really don't like to act.
And she'll set down Elisha.
I hope this is it. Because if so, that'd be nice.
I really hope it is it, considering you tripped an alarm for it.
Well, remember where I said a part of the tower was on fire, right? That's where I went to go investigate.
Oh.
And I found a book with this hidden in it.
Oh, yeah, that's heavily suspicious.
Yeah, right?
Well, while she finishes that up, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Also, Elisha, can you just roll me the intelligence check just for after this conversation?
Another one?
Yeah, he's doing it again.
Every time you guys.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You
Obviously are roughly
Oh man, yep, got it.
are roughly
Thank
the
you.
same occupation as Dove.
Roughly.
do you specialize in the same things?
No. No, we prefer to be more diverse. We want to, be able to focus on what we feel strongest with.
So what do you specialize in then?
Being clever. Don't take it as me being super cheeky. It's actually what I specialize
You're
in.
very clever.
Yeah, and I just not bragging, not boasting. It's what I do.
I didn't think you were bragging.
Appreciate it. Sometimes people think I am, and I'm just.
I wouldn't think you were charming if I thought you were bragging.
That's fair. He just kind of grins at that, like, yeah, that's fair. Pass you
Again,
on the shoulder.
somewhere there's an orc with the urge to smack a bitch.
I hope that continues.
What?
Also,
Ellie moves back and forth, or the urge?
Both.
Elisha, once you are done, you may, maybe attempt to read this.
I will take whatever this is and I'll try and read
I
it.
thought that was Mad replying as a I'm like, damn, her voice got deep for a second.
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
You sounded so sad when you said it, Guru.
No, it's just I got a crick in my neck and it's bugging the hell out of
Oh
me.
no, sweetie.
Oh! There's no spoilers for the story because the camera's fucking popping back in.
I mean, alright, sure. I'm glad I didn't roll this in the tower, but it's kind of annoying. Oh, can I use my toothpick to help us out? I don't know.
No, that's for investigation
Oh,
only.
it's specifically investigation. That's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Yep.
That's fine.
Makes your mind more clear, makes it more sharp for
I
noticing
see a
things.
chick running around in a thong this game. Like, the camera just panned to her booty.
They sometimes be that way.
Thick.
She's not thick.
Fergalicious.
She's
What a
not
shame.
thick,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately.
I cannot ascertain what this is.
We can try again tomorrow.
Can you try detect magicking?
I will ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Fuck, I keep getting cold chills.
Half
Sorry.
an hour has passed, by the way. Just
Yeah, I know. I
keep
figure
you
we're
updated
moving
on
on to
that.
the end at this point.
You're in the end at this point.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 20 minutes in, at this point, like, she doesn't need Elisha's consent. She has it at this point. She just picks her up and walks to the room.
You
Mhm.
have had her in your arms the whole time.
Oh, she set her down once I got into the end.
Oh, okay.
Once she started ritual casting again, she just picked her up and walks to the room because it's like, this is gonna take a
I'll
second.
start walking with her.
You ritual cast detect magic. Nothing magical pops up in your vicinity.
Wow, nothing at all.
Which is,
Elisha.
But it is divination magic, so
That's what Ellie was just about to point out.
Like, and as you're doing, like,
Good.
as you're ritual casting it, like, as soon as you end it, Wolf holds up his hand. I mean, I've taken a once I've taken a short rest, I can look at it too. But
Huh?
until I do that, what?
Ow!
I said I'm clever.
I didn't know you were clever enough. In the
So this
magical
isn't
sense.
the thing.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
Can you do magic?
There's one thing I can do, but I can only do it after I've taken a rest. It's only once per that. But you ready? You ready? Are you sure? Are you keeping eyes on me? Eyes on me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you?
Ready.
And he disappears.
Boy, don't-
Then he taps her on the shoulder. You weren't ready. You weren't ready.
Dad, I thought she was just gonna swing.
She has a launch in her arm. She can't.
The perfect time. The perfect crime.
But yeah, does that mean that this was not the thing?
Well, she used text magic, which I don't think
Let,
can
let me
work.
let
in
me
her pres-
let me reiterate. You are unable to feel any magical presence, and you are aware of several magical presences that you should be able to feel.
Yeah, because Ellie has a magic great axe.
One of
This
the
might be
picked
the.
up is what we were looking for.
Ellie will
Awesome.
set Alasha down. Is he still invisible?
No, he's popped up behind her.
She'll set her down, turn around,
It
and
only
her
lasts
cheeks,
6 seconds.
and just
Yeah.
like squeeze his face. Don't do that.
What? You said you wanted to see something cool. I showed you
Don't
something
do
cool.
that. She's squishing his face more. Don't do that.
Bobby funny.
No,
Yes.
you're rude. She's squinting at him.
I'm also weird, but that's what Dove always says I am, and she says that I'm also a good person. So I suppose that means I'm a good person, eh?
I think Dove has a crush on you.
Nuh-uh.
She also has a crush on me and on Alasha. And
Oh yeah, I can see that. She's
I
big
thought you
lover
were
of
about
the
to go right
ladies.
for Cheshire.
she was about to say maybe Cheshire. But she also has a crush on you.
All right. I mean, he looks confused. He's just like, but
She
it's
swings both
me.
ways.
Confused verbal noises.
That just reminded me of how some fighters swing with their right hand.
Yes, that was exactly why she said that. She's taking Cheshire's words to heart. I don't understand why that's so hard to believe.
Because it's me.
And?
Well, for one, I'm her boss. So I didn't
And?
really think she had any interest.
That is also sometimes can be considered unprofessional.
Yeah. To be fair, we're a small company that we're, all friends here and whatnot. So
I mean, it makes sense to me.
glad it makes sense to one of us.
You're very sweet and handsome. Of course she would like you.
I do not understand how liking people works like that.
Of course she would be interested in him. Maybe that would be the better word. Did I just break a verbal?
Still a little confused, but okay.
I'm gonna pretend I have it and just nod. He nods.
She just switched his cheeks in. You have to have confidence in.
I do have confidence in myself. Just not when it comes to people liking me as, people of my workplace. Not like that, anyways.
Give me some advice.
Me or him?
You.
Sure. Advice on what?
Give him advice. I'm curious to know your wisdom.
She's just looking at him with like her hand just or her thumb to her chin. I can't really give you any advice. You're really nice. You're really open. I don't know. I'll have to spend a little bit more time with you.
Okay.
All I can say is that I'm glad to have you in my company.
Thank you.
That's good. Lasha, roll another intelligence check because I know you're going to be trying to identify it again.
Elash is sitting there for the rest of the night, like, tell me your secrets.
I have slow clap ready. Slow clap ready. No matter what the result is.
Oh my
slow
god.
Clap.
You say slow cap?
It's
Slow
not
clap.
getting any better, but I'm gonna keep
Wait,
doing
pay on
it.
my account so I can get the coin. You said you would.
Please.
Oh.
Like, I got all night here. I can just keep doing this.
I can keep going forever.
Do it one more time.
Sure, why not? Okay,
There we go, finally.
There you
that's
go.
fair.
There
That's
you go.
fair.
Now I can slow clap positively.
Now you can do the soft golf clap sounds where you're like, ah.
Every time I slow clap, I just think of the Cleveland Brown quote, "What brings your slow clapping ass into my..."
Ah, yes, good. Okay, so after almost an hour, you're staring at this thing, just like ritual casting. Like this is
Persistence pays off.
this is mentally straining you. And then you're like, yeah, come on, reveal your secrets.
Tell me your secrets, goddammit.
You exactly an hour? Nice. You have the secrets reaching out magically until you can feel it pierce into it. And you can almost physically feel that the contact was necessary because you feel something trying to block you out. And as you do so, you kind of have this slight exhalation of, I did it, yes! And then a faint flicker of confusion. This is a booster.
Define booster.
It is
Well, children can sit on it. Sorry, go on.
from what you can tell of it from identify, this this item is made with the intention of being bound to another object and then being able to, with this, boost a portion of that item. It can't be used with certain items. You're not sure of the exact details of that specifically, but that's the feeling you get. And what it is specifically that you're sensing that this thing is attached to, you're not able to know that, but you know that this thing is a amplifier of some sort.
Now, what is it that I grabbed?
I think that was the statue.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the statue.
Okay.
Now
Basically
you can try the piece of wood.
The
I
piece
will
of
try the piece of wood, I guess.
Another Arcana check.
Okay.
Arcana or intelligence?
No, intelligence. Arcana is different. You are proficient. You can't have proficiency with this.
son of a whore.
Fizzles
It's
out.
alright. Y'all can just go to sleep. I'll just keep doing this.
What's the percent chance of this?
Okay. I will lay out a. I'll make a path, and I'll fall asleep on the floor in this room.
Roll a d100.
Wake me if,
High or
wake me
low,
if you get
Guru?
anything.
Go ahead and roll it.
If you roll a 2, and that's what you need, I'm gonna just start cracking.
If Guru says high and I keep rolling low, or if I need
No.
low and I roll
No,
high.
that's how
You
it
don't
is.
get to tell me that. I'm saying roll
I know.
a d100.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Takes you what how long?
It takes you over an hour this time.
That's fine.
Almost an hour and a half.
That's cool, man.
Pushing in,
Was
trying.
the D100 how many times she had to cast?
No, the D100 was figuring out if she could do it within the next try, or if it would take another hour. It took
I'm
another
gonna guess
hour
it took another hour.
and a half. Could have been worse though. She got in between 1 to 25. It would have been all night.
Oof.
So yeah, it could have been worse. That being said, eventually, almost exhaustingly, you're finally able to get something out of this. This item is a dampener.
Fuck yes.
I mean, you just got it.
It has some kind of effect where it is using abjuration magic to dampen and even in some cases remove the effect of divination spells. However, it's only able to do it within a radius, generally around 30 feet.
That's what the booster's for.
And why
I
would be in
know
the
that
center of the tower?
The amplifiers that we have would work with this dampener.
Possibly. You can certainly
Okay.
make an educated guess. Or an
Mhm.
uneducated guess.
And Guru,
Hmm?
how many floors up was it from the booster?
3.
The piece of wood. I mean,
That many.
how many?
How many?
3.
Okay.
3. How tall is each floor?
Between 8 and 10 feet.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
It's just a theory. A game theory. I'm not
Elliot-
that guy.
The good.
Ellie was awake for like this entire thing.
When,
Mhm.
when Forrest did say, "Are you guys gonna wake up Forrest?" My question.
I feel like Losh is the one to just write it down and wait until morning. No, I don't know. I don't know if this would be a "By George, I've got it," where she just screams and wakes up whoever's asleep.
She's a screamer? What? She's a Eureka screamer?
Oh
I can
God,
neither confirm nor deny.
God, that's not where my head went to when you said that.
Right?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you... Oh.
I love that. Where did your head? Oh, just the realization.
Dirty-minded sons of guns.
I mean, now that you've said that, Matt, do you want to know what Ellie's plan was? Should they get stopped and question why she's being carded?
Go on.
Ellie's plan was just to pretend Alasha was her girlfriend and kiss her.
That's cool.
Like,
I
if
know
this-
how to say, "Yo, girl, you want some fucking sign language?"
Why do you
Don't question
that?
Don't question it.
I'm questioning it.
You know what? On that note, I'd say we're going to end the session there.
I watch a lot of memes. Okay.
Oh my god. Perfection.
And because of Donald Glover, I know some other words in sign language.
Like Donald Glover.
Because he had it in his comedy special, there was an entire thing about. Sponsored by Donald Glover's almost 10-year-old comedy special. Go watch that.
Oh my
No,
god.
we're not... Gosh, we're not sponsored. Oh my gosh. That being said, I'm going to end this before these guys get me in trouble. If you liked it, by all means...
You've already put DMX in one of the other ones.
That was an accident because I wasn't sure if
That
it
was
was...
Your
you like,
secretary literally said, copyright, copyright, copyright.
never mind. If you
Love
liked
you.
it, leave us a like or a comment. We really appreciate it. If you want to follow with us and be able to see when we post everything, we have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/whatteamcomp. Follow us there. And until next time, we've been What Team Comp. We'll see you next Thursday. Goodbye.
Ooh.